Like that.
That's my theme song.
Okay, do that then.
That's how you gonna start this bitch off.
Is this Batman?
I fought with it. I fought with it. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Nigga said this is my thing.
We got Robin in the flesh in this bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today with Manny Dixon.
He's a rap, bro.
Other people know him
I
as
was
the
gonna
Problem
say.
Child. Some people know him as Batman.
Or they know him as Simp the Pimp.
Simp the Pimp, Manny D. Welcome, man. Welcome. How you feeling today, man?
What you call him?
Manny D. Is that a pause? Is
Mini D.
Manny D. that a pause?
His last name.
I mean,
His last name Dixon.
it was a stretch,
Is it
but
a
he
pause?
kind of took it there.
Are y'all niggas
Pause.
just thinking about D?
Whoa.
He is. 'Cause he's
I think
the
you
main-
are, because
he
his
the
last
main
name
one that
is.
be
pausing.
I don't know, bro. I
You
think the
just
pause
went
might
way
get
too
reversed Uno to you, bro.
Yeah.
That what you thinking about?
You know me. I'm a good deflector, bro. I
Say
Say it.
Hey, I said that.
Say
I
it.
said that earlier.
I ain't gonna lie.
So that's how we
I ain't gonna lie.
start
Say
this
it the one that-
Monte was talking about women, and this nigga was.
So this
was
how we
like-
gonna start this off, huh?
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. Said did what, nigga?
You said mini. I didn't say anything about a mini.
Nigga,
That was you, nigga. You said.
Starting this podcast
back
off of
to Manny.
homophobia.
Right? Homophobia? Is that what? Back to me.
Wow.
Ain't nobody homophobic.
My guy, man.
What's up,
What's
bro?
going on, fam?
Look, life is good. Take every moment.
Yo,
every-
slow speaking ass, bro. Talk like normal.
Take every
Let
moment,
my boy do his thing, bro.
every
bad, my
memory
bad.
and like make the most of it, cause this life is short. 1 second you here, next you're not. So
If you had to give this a small rundown of who you are, man, tell the people who you are that don't know who you are, bro.
I'm just I'm a shy introvert. I'm a regular pedestrian, but outside of that, I'm originally from Detroit. Moved around.
We didn't ask where you originally from. I said, who are you?
I got a lot of family.
Bro, that's a part of who he is, bro.
Right,
Right,
right.
Let my
Culture.
niggas
Bro,
speak,
let him
bro.
talk, man.
Back to what you said. Shy introvert from Detroit.
I'm from Detroit. Moved to Georgia. Moved to Washington D.C. Went to College University of Maryland. Then moved to Houston. But you know, along the journey, I feel like life has its obstacles. It has its ups and downs, and it makes you into who you are. So
Bro, not to cut you off, but what's up with all the motivational quotes? This is how he's starting this off? This
look,
He speaks in motivation.
is that what he does?
Doesn't do that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
Jalen
fire
Hurts.
though. I'm just asking.
When
Like,
a mic in front of him,
How
he
you-
speaks in
I
motivation.
was literally
Okay.
just talking. Like, this is how I talk to myself each day because, you know, I'm not even going to front. Some days it be tough. Like, you wake up, you like, dang, like, life coming from all different obstacles, all different angles and all that type of stuff. But I think everybody has a turning point in their life or a pivotal point that's going to either bring them up or take them down. And what I mean by that is, like, you could think of something that's like the worst thing that's happened to you in your life. And if you haven't experienced that yet, that's cool too. But I think it's needed for that character development for real. And for me, I was bullied in high school. Like D West, we went to high school together back in 10th grade. It was a little different setup. Wasn't too many of us, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Stick
And
together, man. Gotta stick together, bro. I took my nigga under my wing, bro.
I wouldn't say all that.
I would.
But
More
come on,
clarification
bro.
when he says more, many of us.
They know what we talking about.
And I guess one of the students, you know, they used to call me the N-word and all that, you know, but words don't really faze me. But when the students took their shoe, and I guess they stepped in pee, and they took their shoe off and wiped it on my shirt, and another student took shoestrings and choked me out with it. I think that moment right there, like, I remember seeing red. Like, I used to weigh like 98 pounds in high school, so like I was really skinny. And I went home, I started doing push-ups. I only did like 7. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I only did 7. Had my 2 PB&J sandwiches and a cup of chocolate milk. Next day I did 9. The next day I did 10. The next day I did 10 again because that 11 wasn't. It just wasn't.
You gotta start somewhere, my nigga. Fuck.
Somewhere, dog.
Hey, but the PB&Js is the moral of the story for shit shows.
So that was your turning point. Piss on your shirt and the shoelace around your neck.
Nah, getting choked out with a shoelace, that shit wild.
I'm about
That's
to
a
say
turning
so.
point.
This
That's
shit
a
happened.
That's
in
a
high
Could
strong
you
school.
turn-
elaborate
And I
on
ain't
that
gonna
a
hold
little
you.
bit
That's
more?
a
Or is that,
strong
is that
turning
what
point.
That's a turning point.
Where
I
the
ain't gonna
fuck
lie.
were the adults?
I we was going to gym class, and I remember, remember that little pole in the middle of the hallway that would separate the two doors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
what
When
you're
they shut
talking
those doors, like you can't get through, but like the doors were open, and
about. They wrapped it around.
I remember I was trying to like get away, so I tried to grab the pole or something, and the dude was just choking me out with the shoe.
So he grabbed your with the
Take
the
your time.
strings and he pulled you back in between the pole with your neck, and he was like in between the pole.
Bro, it was
What? Hold up.
This is
Do you know where this nigga is
Wait,
today?
I really don't.
Hey,
You don't know his name. What's his name?
We gotta go
What's his
find
at
him,
name? We gonna at this nigga.
Right.
This
Where
nigga.
is
Fine, bro.
today?
I don't remember his name. I remember his face. I remember exactly what he looks like.
Okay.
Exactly. Like if I saw him, I'd be like, that was him.
So this is
That's him.
10th
So,
grade. This is
we-
10th
I gotta
grade.
make sure I gotta
So
understand.
you're 15, 14?
I was about 15. Yeah, 15.
All right,
Okay.
just let me
10th grade?
understand. This you, this the pole, and this is the shoestring.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
He
Like
had you like this.
I remember I was trying to get away, and when I grabbed onto the pole, I just remember him using the shoestrings. I remember the teacher, the PE teacher, coach,
Albatron?
not
I'm gonna get this man fired.
Coach Z?
not. I don't think it was coach.
Coach Lyles?
Not Coach Lyles.
Just
It was
name dropping everybody.
yeah.
We come
gonna-
for all y'all.
We're gonna keep the name out of it. But I remember he looked at me and he walked away. But I needed him to do that because if he would have stopped it, he would have stopped me going through that character development.
That's real.
That was my turning point. So when he walked away, I realized nobody is coming. Like that's literally what went through my mind.
So you just started doing push-ups?
Start doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Eating peanut
That's a
butter
good
and jelly.
parable for life. Ain't nobody coming to save you.
Nobody
coming
coming.
in.
Man,
That's
I
real.
listened
That's
to
a rough way to get it, but
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Eminem "Lose Yourself." I listened to that song probably over 800 times, and I was just doing push-ups every single night. And then once I got to college, I started boxing, and I told myself, no man will ever be able to like move me or push me or walk over me or any of my loved ones again. So I think every man needs to like take some type of combat sport to be able to defend themselves. Because
Yeah.
if you're not, you just walk around like hoping that nobody tries you for real.
That's a
ain't
fact.
gonna lie.
That's a fact.
I done seen bruh box. Hey, bruh throw them thing.
I appreciate it.
That boy.
My boy can't take a compliment, bro.
I appreciate it.
This is Dre.
Nah, fuck with it. So, so you started boxing in college. You wasn't boxing in high school because
Nah.
you left 10th grade. You left from Georgia. You moved to D.C.
Yeah.
In that transition, you turned it into who you are today.
Yeah.
So you wasn't doing that in D.C.
I think
You was hooping.
I was playing basketball. Basketball was my sport. I did football for 1 year. I sucked. I'm not even gonna lie. Like they used me as a test dummy. But I remember we used to do a scene where we spin around
You
in a
been there
circle
before.
and then
Yeah.
you would stop and you would run head to head. And I would always stop on like one of the guys who were really good and I would try to turn again. They'd be like, no. And then boom. Next thing you know,
doing pulling.
Damn.
bull in the ring. That's what it was called. Yeah.
wait.
Legal by then.
He said bully in the ring.
It
Bull,
was
bull
the
in the
bull
ring.
in the
Bull in the ring. You never did that?
No, I'm thinking he talking about you running around the line and you come and beat.
He
Nah,
talking
nah, nah.
about
Real life.
bull in the
We was
ring.
doing bull in the ring in high
Spin
school
around.
too, though. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
y'all
We was
need-
doing it.
Y'all the coaches need to be arrested.
We was doing that for pregame, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. But
Freshman, sophomore year.
bull in the ring.
one
but
side.
Yeah, we was trim.
That was only for true crash outs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's why I had. But
I want to know. I want to know what the origin stories of Simp to Pimp is. Tell me where you got that from, and what's the little. What is Simp to Pimp?
So
Tell me
Simp
what
to
that is.
Pimp, honestly, the biggest part of it is to grab people's attention. And I knew that people's attention span is like a baby squirrel these days. Like,
That's a fact.
bro, everybody's scrolling through social media, so I knew I need to come with something that's gonna be like, wait, what is that? You know? So Simp to Pimp originated actually. So another little thing. Not while I was getting bullied, I also wasn't the best with women. Like I just didn't know what to say. I used to be scared. I used to be nervous. I ain't have the confidence. Like I remember trying to talk to this one girl, and like she was like the prettiest girl in the school. I'm not gonna lie, and she was into me, but like I didn't know what to say, what to do. And one day I went on Twitter and I saw in her profile photo a picture of her and another dude, and it just, I think,
Hurt your soul.
yeah, that one hurt. So, anyways,
So you was a simp. Or you used to call yourself a pimp today?
I wouldn't say I'm a pimp.
Continue though. Tell me
can't say that on
tell me
camera.
about Simp to Pimp. No,
you
no.
can't say that. Okay,
Fucking up his brand, man. You fucking up his brand.
But I'll tell y'all about it. So I was eating some Vietnamese food,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dang. I was like,
Very specific.
I heard this guy trying to talk to this girl. It's like, hey ma, come over here, and doing all that catcalling stuff. And I was like, dang, a lot of these guys don't know how to approach women or speak to women, and be able to like just be smooth with it, and it's not even game. It's just talk. You could literally talk. Like how I talk to some women is almost very similar to how I talk to the bros. Like
So,
I'll be like,
quick question. I don't mean to cut you off. What led you to even thinking that, like, realizing I could just talk to you just to talk to you? Like, what led you to figure that out?
what you mean?
Like, you saying that you just talked to him. Like, what got you to that spot? Where
Oh,
it's like,
I mean,
could just talk.
But
How
yeah,
you
like
learn that?
you gotta have that confidence in yourself, because if you don't, it's gonna show. And then it's when you look at the animal kingdom and how lions carry themselves. Like I carry myself like a wolf, like a lion, like wherever I'm at. And all y'all carry yourself very similar. Like
Yeah.
everybody here is pretty. You could walk up, talk to anybody. But like I noticed that back in high school, I used to have my head down. I used to shrug my shoulders, and my basketball coach was like, "If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's gonna believe in you." So
For real.
it's just that mentality of like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? They say no.
I want to know how you go from getting no girls to getting girls. What was that transition? Did you study something? Did you read
Yeah,
books? Was
I
it
was trying-
trial and error? Like, what brought you to?
Did you
Simp
get
to
shut
Pimp.
down?
Yeah,
did
that's
you
what-
get did you get rejected a lot?
Because
Like,
a lot of
how
people
did it
are
happen?
in that boat. There's plenty of men that don't know how to talk
Right.
to women.
Shoot, I
so
was
like
there.
they're probably wondering, how did you get from point A to point B? So
Right.
what did you do to get to point
So one, I just want to say, I don't get girls. What if the girls got me?
B? Next.
Okay, so
Next, nigga. We ain't got time for that shit.
Nah, that was smooth though. That
Oh,
was
God, he
actually
came with
That's
dope,
his
though.
favorite line, bro.
He got that
Does
off.
that shit
Just
all the
because you
time.
hear it all the time, nigga. Hey,
That's
that
my
was,
first time hearing
I
that.
fuck
I
with
ain't
that
gonna
one.
hold you.
What if they got me, nigga?
like
Real
girls,
shit.
they be like, you be talking to all the girls. I'm like, if you could name them, then you could say I could have them. Like if you can't name them, don't say I have them. And what if all these girls think that you got girls, so really you don't have any girls? But
I'm over here
all right,
preach right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
We was just talking about who was I
Wait,
just talking to about that?
Hold on, we can rewind that. I was with you to that last.
Yeah, I'm trying to
one.
understand what you.
Nah,
What-
me and you was just talking about
Because
that.
every
What did you
girl-
say?
If
You
girls
said
think
if-
you have women, they gonna
Then-
want to. I feel like they gonna be more.
they're going.
But there's
infatuated with you.
also
It's a
there's
different
also
conversation.
there's us all. It's also like it's a double edged sword too, because you could be somebody who's just like smooth talking, who can, you feel me, go up and talk to them, and they be like, nah, you talk too smooth, like
Exactly.
you got hoes, like
I
you
disagree.
They'll say that at
Man,
first.
I was gonna say
That don't mean that
they'll offer an initial resistance, but they're not.
That's
gonna
we
what that
literally
reach out.
just had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Nah, we did just talk.
and,
about that.
and
That's the thing.
that's real, because even I be chilling. Like I just like to have fun. I'll say off the wall stuff. But this one girl was like, nah, you know too much.
How did you
can't
get
talk
to knowing too much?
Okay, all right. So, also, I minored in women's studies in college. So I did mechanical engineering, information science, and I minored in women's studies. But I would say life experiences and having women friends as well that are just friends. Like you don't have to try to talk to every girl.
Mhm.
Have some homegirls. Like have some girls who
real.
you could bounce ideas off of. But once you start getting more and more experience, I like to look at my life. Like I'm 28, but I know that like I probably lived more life than a lot of these 70-year-olds. Like some people stay in their house all day. So when you get out and explore and you get out, you traveling and you meeting new people. You drop me off in Egypt, I'm gonna be on Google Translate,
yeah.
all that, But the thing is, the thing I learned the most is most women, they really want a leader. They want somebody who is confident in themselves. Like, think about this. Like, if you're a basketball coach or you're driving a boat in the sea and you're scared and you're panicking, you don't have the confidence, and it's the difference between being confident and cocky. But if you don't, even if you are scared, you can't show that all the time. You gotta make sure that you keep it under control and handle business. And, I guess just over the time and over the experiences, moving around a lot, meeting a whole bunch of new people, it just it's like you're a video game character and you're getting +2 XP in your charisma, another +3 XP. Like every single encounter you got to learn from, even if they're, what some people think is losses. I think it's perspective, because people go through breakups and relationships. I had 2 relationships. Both of them were great. I learned a lot from them. It didn't work out, but they were great because I learned a lot from them. Good times and the bad times. You gotta take it all. Everybody wants the sunshine and lollipops, but you gotta be in the rain and in the forest with nobody else around you and see what that darkness is like, to be able to embrace and be able to fully have the gratitude for the great stuff.
This is why Simp to Pimp fucking works. I ain't gonna hold you, cause hey man, sometimes you be in the Amazon.
Nah, that's a fact. So you learn through trial and error.
Sometimes,
And now you feel like you can teach the youth.
Yep. But let me answer your question.
Some of us know. All
This
too
is
well.
how it originated. This is how it originated.
Timing.
Grab that.
And I was in a Vietnamese restaurant, and I was telling this girl, I was like, a lot of guys don't know how to maneuver and all that. She's like, you think you know something, huh? I was like, I mean, like, these guys be simping, they be using their money. Like, money is temporary, and like, people overlook the morals and values for money, and money can come and go. But I was just talking, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna make an Instagram called Simp to Pimp University. I'm just gonna give guys just sauce, just stuff that they need to do to level up their life, because I want you to become the 2.0 version of yourself. It's not about getting the girls. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Like, that's what Simp to Pimp is about.
That's
becoming the best version of yourself. Like, you chase a girl, you're gonna lose your purpose and the girl. You chase your purpose, at most you might just lose a girl, but don't ever lose your purpose. Don't ever lose becoming better. So she was like, yeah, that's a terrible idea. And I was like, I'm gonna make it tonight. She was like, okay. She was like, nobody's going.
She was hating.
And I literally
This was your
started-
girl?
Because she wants to be chased.
Not
What?
it wasn't my girl. It wasn't my girl. It was just
the girl he was talking to.
it was just a friend. Yeah,
okay.
like, she was cool.
She like,
And-
no, nigga, don't influence these niggas. They need to keep chasing. They gotta keep
And
chasing.
I'm glad she
Facts.
said that. And
Facts.
I even took a video of her. I was like, okay. I was like, say right now, like, this ain't gonna be successful. And she was like, this ain't gonna be blah blah. I started posting every single day, like every single day. And then like one of them went viral, and then the next one went viral, and then it got to like 30. I think it's like 32,000 followers. And I kind of, I had a concussion and kind of fell off for a little bit. I'm about to get back on the gas pedal with it, but it was at 32,000 followers, and so many guys. I had like 7,000 DMs, like, no joke. Guys just asking me questions, sending me screenshots of their messages. What should I do? This girl says she likes me just better as a friend, or where should I take this girl on a date? Or this girl's talking.
You was
to
getting some crazy DMs,
Some
bro.
crazy.
Like, I would never think someone would just confide in you with the type of messages that they was giving.
But I do want
But, like-
to. I do want to ask this though, right quick. How much of your charisma how much of it came from you taking this woman studies class? Because that's not normal. That ain't a normal class, especially for a guy to go in and be like, how
A
much
minor
of this? Yeah,
Yeah.
how much of your charisma comes from that?
What
How
did
much
you
of your
learn?
knowledge comes from that?
Right.
Like, that's
It
So-
seems like that was strategic.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it was kind of an accident how I came across, because you walking through the college campus, and me and my boy Byron, we're walking through the class, walking through the hallway, and we see a class full with women.
Yeah, y'all went-
So
yeah,
we
the
was
girls.
like, what class is this? So we walk in there, and I'm like, excuse me, what class is this? And they're like, this is women's studies. And they're like, well, you want to join? Have a seat. And this is, when you have that grace period to switch classes and all that. So I'm like, I tell my boy Brian, I'm like, yo, you take the class, I'll take the class. It was like, bet. We got in that class the first day. I remember I said something like, all women want to argue. And all the women jumped
You in
on
the lion's den, boy.
Oh God.
this
boy
they all
tripping.
jumped on me and started arguing. And I
boy
was like,
Trump.
y'all prove
Yeah, prove my
Prove
point.
my point.
Yeah,
Oh,
point.
yeah.
They fell for it too
But-
easy.
But I being in that class, no, I think every man should take a women's studies course at some point in their life. Or even if they don't take a course, like, you need to learn how different, women typically are more nurturing or more emotionally in tune, typically. And it's a great thing. It's like the yin to the yang, because guys are more, I don't want to say like logically and problem
You
solvers.
can say that.
And
You can say logical.
You can
say that.
Logical.
I know everybody, in social media, oh, he said that word, and it just turns into something crazy. But I think women are, it's a great balance. I'm never going to be like, oh, forget all women. And I don't think women should be like, forget all.
We good? The recording is going? Yeah, what were we talking about?
therapy.
Emotional
Therapy.
too.
I was
Oh.
gonna say that
Yeah,
that's
therapy. That's a
this
good
is my
conversation.
therapy.
Yeah, no, this
Like
Yeah.
being with the homies and just being able to talk
Facts,
shit
facts,
out,
facts.
and then you feel me? Like
I
that's
agree.
my therapy.
I
bro.
say the same thing. I think we all have an outlet that we may not need therapy, but I
Yeah.
think some men do because they don't have that type
They
of
don't
outlet.
got that.
But also,
Yeah.
I
Sure.
think that it's not good to focus on your problems too much, and I
I
think
agree.
therapy can make you
You start
think about you.
validating-
Like,
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
get through and keep going.
They,
Yeah.
no, because they literally say like the men who are depressed, etc. They have a high rate of suicide still because it's like you constantly thinking about the negative things going on in your life, talking about the negative things in your life on a consistent basis. Nigga, it's not going to all of a sudden become
When
positive.
you
is a
speak
lot.
about
It
something, you
is
bring
mental.
power. You bring
Bring
power into
power
what you
to
it.
speak into.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't cried in
It is word in
13
the power of the tongue.
I haven't cried in 13
It is.
years. Like I haven't shed
That's
a tear.
that
You say you
that's-
haven't cried in 13
that's
years.
that's OD.
And
I think you need to release.
And I tried. Like honestly, like it's kind of sad because one of my close friends, he died like a couple of weeks ago. And I think that's the closest I got to crying. But like I literally tried crying, like the tear just wouldn't fall. But all in all, like I know some people are like, oh, everybody needs therapy and all that. Like everybody has
Nah, I definitely
different
don't see
ways.
that.
a form of therapy.
Yeah, everybody has different ways of handling stuff. Like I'm glad and I'm extremely grateful I got some close friends who hold me accountable. Like they're not gonna tell me what I like. Like my friends, they literally. And I think that's the problem with some people. Some people have friends who aren't holding you accountable
Yes,
for
man.
real.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
your
man.
friends are going to
Hell yeah.
tell you like they're gonna tell you what you want to hear. Like I'll call my bro and tell him something like, and he'll be like, "No, you tripping for real." He was like, "You need to go apologize or what? You tripping?" And I'm like, "Dang." I'm like, "For real?" And like, but some people like their friends are gonna be like, "Nah, do this and do that," and just push them on. And it's important, I think. In a way, your environment, the people you hang around, like if you see all the guys I hang around and all the guys back in Houston I hang around, like we all on our purpose, like we all on our stuff. And when we walk in a room, I would say, and I personally, I try not to be intimidating, but I've heard that like the guys who I hang around and, just the way that we carry ourselves is kind of intimidating to the average person, but that's not our fault. If we carry ourselves to this caliber, and other people didn't develop their self or develop their friend group, develop their environment, their network, you just gotta do better. And a lot of people don't have a routine, including myself. Sometimes, like I wake up at random times of the day, like 11 and all. I need to get that on point. I'm tripping, but I try to make sure I'm doing certain things. Like every single morning, I have my devotion. Like every single morning, I have my devotion. I drink 20 gulps of water, and I have like the gallon of water, like literally by my nightstand. Brush teeth, wash face, all that stuff. I'll knock out some push-ups, so I'm making sure I'm doing some form of physical activity. And I think social media and all that, it's kind of ruined a lot of society in a way because people don't even think for themselves these days. They just take the opinions of others. Like I don't even want people watching this to be like, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Like no, think for yourself. This is just my journey. I'm going to share what I've gone through, how it's helped me, what I've done, and But I always want, and with Simp Pimp University, I do life coaching, so I help young men around my age, anywhere between ages 18 to I had a guy who was 40 years old, and I helped them when they first joined. I turned them into a video game. Like in my eyes, you're a video game character. So what's your strength? They'll be like, oh, I'm like 83 on a scale of 0 to 99. I'm like, all right, set the camera up, do 83 push-ups straight right now. Then they do like 17. I'm like, your strength right now is a 17. Right? I'm like, all right, career readiness.
That's solid.
You got a resume, you got LinkedIn, you got a business card. Each one of them are worth 33 points. If you have none, you're 0 on your career readiness. And obviously, you could still be sharp, ready to network and all that. But like, this is stuff I try to tell myself, like, always update my resume, always update my LinkedIn, have business cards on me. Right now, I need to update my business card. So my career readiness is like a 66 overall right now, But it's just certain things, just as a man, my dad always told me, like, nobody is coming. Like, you could sit there and cry and ain't nobody. I had a concussion for 4 months making $0 income. I had a corporate job making 6 figures, and then the company did job cuts. 40% of my department was cut. 2 months later, I was like, okay, I gotta work. I gotta, keep the flow. I got a concussion. I could even I was on bed rest for 4 months, no job, $0 income. I would wake up with shades on, look at my bank account and just see money just flying out. Like the bills got to get paid, rent's due. Can I sit there and just cry? And I was in my mind, my brain is fried because like concussion, like you start thinking your brain literally feel like somebody been clapping it or something. Pause. Pause.
Continue.
It feels like 1,000 rubber bands.
Get your shit clapped. Continue.
Pause, bro. This man.
Yo, what the? God, my fault. Keep continuing, bro. My fault.
All
Bro.
right,
Go
but
crazy.
Hear me out. So, I remember, so I got my concussion in like July, and a few months go by, and money is just going out my bank account. I'm laying on my bed, like barely can walk. There was a point I didn't walk for 5 days straight. Laid in my bed, nobody's coming. Well, I had some great friends come and bring me food. Y'all know who y'all are. Like, they would bring me food. The good thing was I could unlock my door from my phone. So, like, I remember one time my friend came, I unlocked the door, and they, like, found me just laying on the ground, just in my boxers. Couldn't even get up. Had to hold me up to pee. Yeah, like it was crazy. And I remember, just seeing all this money going out my bank account, and I'm running low, and I'm like, dang, like, do I need to sell my car? Because what's crazy is I bought a Corvette, and then I lost my corporate job a few months after I bought it. So, like, I was like, dang. But I'm like, some of my friends like, bro, sell your car, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, like, we about to get through the mud. Like, we about to figure this out. So I got up. I remember, like, crawling over to my desk, and, like, I was like, dang, I had 7,000 DMs of, like, guys asking me for advice. So I'm like, hey, let's jump on a call. Let's see if I can help. And I would charge them for, like, life consultation, life coaching for, 4 months. Because I remember, like, I had to make, like, a couple thousand in 4 days. Like, 4 days, you got to make a couple thousand or else you about to get kicked out your apartment. So I'm like, all right, I got to sell, like, okay, if I sell 4 people $500 a month, that's $2K right there. Like, so I'm jumping on calls, brain just fried. And then once I got that, I was like, all right, like, I started figuring out some stuff. But I just think, as a man, you need this crap. Like, that's what I realized through it all. I was like, life was getting good, man. Like, life was getting, like, I was getting comfortable, and
you realized you
That's
wasn't
where you
invincible.
fucked up. That's where you fucked up, getting cozy.
You thought you was invincible.
Cozy.
getting cozy and, like, had the job, all that. And I think God literally took me and brought me to rock bottom. Like, literally brought me rock bottom. And sometimes I think you need that as well, because that all going through all that, I became stronger. I'm talking, like, now my brain works in different ways that I never even thought, because it's like, okay, if I have to do this in this amount of time, how do I do it? How do I navigate this situation? Like, and I think every man needs to go through, like, 4 different types of pain. They need to go through a heartbreak at some point of their life where a girl that they love just stumps on their heart. It's going to steer you one or two ways. You're going to either start smoking weed, start drinking alcohol, start falling apart, or you about to start waking up and doing them push-ups and getting stronger. And some people are like,
or a little bit of both.
I was gonna say, or you do both. You start out one way, end up in the next phase.
And I think, that heartbreak is one. I think another one is like some type of mental, and that could be part of the heartbreak, or that could be like, I hate to go, this route, but like being bullied, having stuff done as a kid where it's like trauma, or, and this is extreme, but losing somebody you love, like that mental break is going to create character development. They need to go through a financial struggle. Like, imagine you born and your parents are multimillionaires. You ain't have to work. You don't know how much a dollar costs.
K-Dot.
I was literally about to say K-Dot. But you don't know how much a dollar costs. And, I remember this girl I used to talk to in college. Her dad was in the NBA. And, like, she came crying to me one day. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And, like, her problem was so little. She was like, my dad just bought me this Jeep, but it wasn't the right year or the right color.
I would have tackled her.
And I'm and I'm just like, like some people didn't go through certain struggles, so they don't have this character development. They don't know how to make it through the water. Like, so, financial, mental, heartbreak, and then the last one is a physical. I'm talking where you get hurt. That was my concussion for me.
I done
When-
been all four of them.
When
You gotta get that
All
Sharon gun,
one,
bro.
two. But, hey, Blade,
You gotta get that Sharon gun, man.
Hey,
You gotta go through that.
Huh?
porn.
You gonna form
got
tack
that
or you gonna
Mark
give her
Gakio
that
by now.
that
Yeah, he's sick.
because yeah, and you gotta also look at it as like, imagine you in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right? And you in a boat, and there's sharks all around you. Starts pouring rain and storming. You just in the worst situation possible. You gonna take 100 guys and put them in that situation. There's gonna be a few of them that's like, I'm not going out this way. Like I'm gonna get it together. And you gotta think about, okay, what if I have somebody I love in this boat? What if I got my little
eat the
sister or
shark.
my mom, whatever?
You know you gonna eat them.
How I get that?
You gotta figure out. I think, you know, as a guy, you know, you gotta reach a point where, and I will say this concussion, it brought me down. Like it took me out. I remember just laying in my bed. I'm like, I don't know how I'm about to get through this, but if I do, like, this is about to make me stronger. And so I slowly started, you know, working out. I remember like I wasn't even able to do push-ups because all the nerve damage through my arms, my legs, my Achilles were swollen, my feet were turning blue, hands, I couldn't feel my hands. My body was like I don't know, like concussions, I don't play with them no more because
What kind of concussion did you?
Bro, I'm sitting here
That's
thinking
a
the same
super
thing. I'm
concussion.
like, bro,
What?
what kind of concussion did you
So-
Bro,
have?
I'd have had
bro?
a lot of
a metal locker fell.
He know
Yeah.
concussion.
A metal locker fell, and the metal part hit me in the center point of my head. And when
Wait,
I remember
a
you
metal
telling
part
me
from
this.
where?
a
I remember
metal
you-
locker
yeah.
fell and hit me in the head.
Damn.
I remember you telling me.
And so
about
the
that.
doctor,
Bell, why is a locker that high?
I know, and the doctor said like if you weren't athletic or in shape, or if you were, you know, a young lady, or you should have died from this.
Where
It's-
were you when this happened?
I was working at this job. I was working at a restaurant. Yeah,
My boy done worked a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you.
jobs, bro.
I'll
My
tell
boy
you.
was hustling. I remember
no,
you told me.
I'm not gonna lie. I had about 6 jobs in the past year.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I went
we
from-
done talked about this.
I went from working a corporate job for 5 years, and then another corporate job for 3 years before that. So 8 years in corporate. I got the concussion. I'll just keep it a stack. I picked up a waiter's job, and I quit after the first week because I probably only made like $60 in tips. I don't know, like it just wasn't making sense. Like what I made,
Ain't sense at all. $60 tips. ain't
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't cutting.
when I was making at my corporate job, I made, you know, barely half of that in a week at this waiter. So I picked up a waiter's job. Then I quit because I was just trying to bring some money in. Like I was like, I gotta keep the flow. I gotta keep the motion. I got a waiter's job at a 5-star steakhouse restaurant, and then I was trying to be like a bartender and all that. And like I never drank alcohol before in my life, but I was just like, oh, that's where the money's at. And they fired me. Yeah, they fired me. Like, and then
Drinks was terrible.
it was like you could be a security person, and I was like, nah, like whatever, like nah. But then I had to set my ego aside. So another thing is ego. A lot of times our ego gets in the way because everybody wants to look like
that's real.
everybody want to look like they got it going on. Everybody want to make sure like nah, like. But what's the problem with being a security person? Like, what's the problem with being a trash man or whatever? If you got to get it,
Trash man make bread.
you got to get it. Like, and some people look down on certain jobs, whatever. Like, no, like, and that's one thing I was grateful for through it all was, you know, I'm single. I don't have no wife. I don't got no kids. So it was like nobody was looking at me to feed them. I feel like that would have been more. Imagine having a concussion. You can't do nothing. And your wife over here, like the babies don't have food and they don't got diapers.
Unfortunately, that's how you get left.
right.
No, for
Boy,
real.
No,
Hold you.
for
As,
real.
as a man,
That's gonna be a long
get
yeah,
left.
year.
that's how you get left, bro.
The rest of
Yeah.
that year gonna be long, boy.
So,
Cause why you get this concussion? What you mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Now, I was gonna
Like,
say-
you can control it.
Because I was gonna say, like, so working for the job, this happened while
So,
on the job. So was
at
there
the-
no like
Workers'
At-
comp.
a workers' comp or ability to
so
sue?
it's spooky. It's spooky. So it happened at the job. They did workers' comp. I'm gonna be honest. Like workers' comp was boo boo. Like I went to the doctors. They told me you good. You could go back to work. I couldn't even drive I remember driving my car. The whole world was just spinning. Like I remember how it was spinning, and then it
Bro,
just
the
started.
Mr. Krabs meme.
Bruh,
Oh,
don't, you know what I'm saying? Was it like brain bleeding, my
you
nigga?
didn't-
Like what the
you did-
fuck?
You had like a baby aneurysm or
They-
something.
and the doctor
Pictures I
said,
seen, bro.
so,
like, you was going through it. Bro.
yeah,
the doctor said
You didn't
some
go to a,
fluid on my frontal lobe or something like
oh
that.
yeah, you should have.
Where you make decisions.
So I'm in the
You
middle
having
of
a brain
I'm in the
bleed.
middle of a lawsuit.
That's a
so
brain bleed, right?
We'll see how that goes. I'm in the middle of a lawsuit. We'll
Yeah,
see how
lawsuits
that goes.
just take a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
You're in the middle of one right now.
In the
I'm
middle
about to
of
say
one right
you
now.
should sue that doctor.
Nah,
Got
you
a
about to
second.
get blessed. As long as y'all do that shit the right way, you about to get
You about to
blessed.
come up,
So-
boy.
What was the
Say
company, if you don't mind me asking?
Shoot, I can't.
I don't think he can.
He
Oh,
can't.
Oh,
because
right,
of
because you
lawsuit.
can't. You in the
He
That's
lawsuit.
gonna ruin the lawsuit.
Yeah.
can't put
Okay,
no
okay,
information.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that. Sorry
my
about
lawyer already. He's like, he
Telling
doesn't
the
want me to
story is
post
You
it.
can do it off camera.
Yeah, you telling the story is already a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, that happened. I was security at the company, at the job, and I was doing good at security. I kind of had fun with it because it was a 5-star steakhouse. So you know that network. I'm over
He a
there. acting like-
boxer.
I'm acting like I'm the manager. If y'all have a problem, y'all let me know. I'll go over to the table. Hey, I heard I'm supposed to escort y'all out. They'd be like, "What us?" I'm like, "Yeah, y'all big time, man. I'll be having fun. Like I'll be vibing."
You know,
So-
you know how you get down.
So I would say that's another little life hack. Every person, not every person, but a lot of people, pick up a waiter's job. It's going to help your charisma points. You're going to get plus 12 XP.
110. I've always said that everybody should work at a food
Nah,
industry.
facts.
and they-
food- I say
builds
service.
character, bro.
It
Working as a
absolutely
server,
does.
Bro, that
Yeah.
shit builds a different
When
kind of
people
character,
when
dog.
people spit on you and they look down on you because you're a server, I
Right,
mean,
that
right.
shit
Mhm.
really make you put your pride to the shine.
Mhm. And teach you how to talk to people
No
too. It teach
cap.
you how to
Right.
deal with people. It's like reality. You
No,
gotta
that-
go through.
Everybody
that.
needs a
Yeah,
customer
yeah.
service gig.
Absolutely,
Like,
110%.
customer
To
to
service,
understand
you
the
know,
bullshit that people be
I ain't gonna lie.
Uber.
having.
Or a
Uber.
sales job,
Or
Damn it.
or a
Uber.
sales
Hey,
job. One of those
Uber
two,
for
or
sure.
both.
Fact,
sales
baby.
job.
Yeah, I done did all of them.
hands
All
on.
three,
I worked at a
I
car
did all of them
dealership.
bitches.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some of the best times we done had was when we was all working at Top Golf.
Top Golf.
That shit wasn't
Y'all
real
niggas
life.
wasn't even servers.
That
yet.
shit wasn't real life.
Nah.
I had a good.
That
time.
was a side quest.
I'm gonna say I think I got, like you said, I think I got 12 XP when I was working at Coca-Cola. I was the tour guide at
Mm,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you probably going
For
crazy.
sure. I
Bro,
forgot
being
you
able to
did that
speak
shit.
in front of a room with like
Man, they had
100
you in the
people
cold.
in that
Yeah.
bitch, and being able to like,
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
He said
They
they
had
had
that bro in the polar bear suit.
oh, I did do the polar bear
No,
suit too.
For
I
real?
did that
He
too.
did.
Hell
I
yeah,
remember
hell
you.
yeah.
You look like a
Hell
polar bear too.
Look, you take 100 guys and you tell them that they got to speak in front of 100 people. I'm telling you, people gonna fold.
Nigga, they gonna piss in their fucking
They
pants.
gonna piss in their
Like
pants.
you need.
Man, I had to do that shit, nigga, like 30 times a day.
Yeah.
you gotta
At
go
World
through
of Coca-Cola.
that.
Yeah.
Everybody in here has done a serving job, huh?
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
service-based job in it.
Yeah.
If not multiple.
Yeah.
And that's why we
No
able to speak.
kissing?
Yeah, we're able to
Multiple
speak.
now.
Yeah,
I
I
did
was
a
about to
couple
say,
of
I done did a
them.
few.
I could
My
talk-
whole
I
life.
could talk to you. Put anybody in front. I could talk.
No
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
People be all worried about, what are they gonna say? I don't give a fuck what they say.
Hey, honestly, I could give a fuck. They better be worried about what I'm about
Right,
to say.
right.
I know I'm gonna pop mine.
Cause I'm a pop mine.
Yeah,
It don't
okay.
matter.
That's a fact. In sales, to bring it all time back, learn how to do that.
Oh, in sales,
that's relationship
yeah.
and
Life
women.
is sales.
That's life is
Life-
sales.
I've-
Women is sales.
I've been
Everything is
saying
sales.
that for
You gotta
some
know how to
years.
say
Short
Life
memory.
is a sale,
Yeah.
boy.
Short memory
Facts.
for real.
Short
That's a
memory.
fact. That's
Life
a fact.
is a sale.
What would you say is you've talked to a lot of men, and a lot of men are coming to you, talking to you, just trying to like get advice from you.
Yeah.
What would you say the number one mistake men make is in life? Like, what is the first thing that you feel like you're gonna like help people with?
Shoot. Two things. Oh well, one thing, losing your purpose.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people get in relationships, including myself. One time I got in a relationship, my girl, like she was cooking. I'm talking cooking good.
You was in the
know
house.
that
I
feeling.
know the feeling.
You was rubbing your feet together, huh?
Rubbing
that
my
feeling.
feet together like
It's
I
a
know the
cricket.
feeling.
Making a fire in that
Get
motherfucker.
it?
He said like a
Like,
cricket.
literally, I had to make the toughest decision of my life, and people are gonna be like, "Yo, you're crazy," but like I had to literally had to walk away from the relationship because it made me too comfortable.
Man, see,
Real.
look, and a
That's
lot of niggas
real.
not gonna do that. Some real
That's-
niggas.
They ain't ready to
shit.
talk about that.
But a lot of
They ain't
niggas
ready
ain't
to talk
gonna
about
do that, bro.
They ain't ready.
You
They ain't
know
ready to
how-
talk about
That's
that.
a
You
conversation.
know how hard it is to walk away from the girl that you love and be like, "Look, I'm
Did
not
you
where
really
I need
love
to
her?
be in life,
Did you really love
and
her?
I gotta let you go." I'm not gonna lie, like I really cared and loved this person, and I was just like I just don't feel like I'm where I need to be in life, and like right now, like
Say,
it's
oh,
going to hurt, and it's gonna hurt you, it's gonna hurt me, but I gotta keep it a stack, and I gotta keep it real with you. In order to get here,
Get up out of there.
I gotta just
Got to
I
get
gotta
up
just
outta
go.
I do feel like a lot of people
Got
use.
to get up out of there.
I feel like a lot of people use relationships as like a
Catapult.
distraction to what they're supposed to be actually
But-
doing in life.
But all right, I'm gonna be real though. A relationship shouldn't be a distraction though. I ain't gonna lie.
Huh?
A relationship shouldn't be a distraction.
It should.
You
It should elevate.
yeah, it should.
The
It should
relationship
elevate.
should help
So
you.
with
take
the,
that
when you
next
with the
step.
right person,
Drake.
But
you
you
with the right
gotta be
person.
with somebody that
Believe
that
yourself.
matches
I will say,
who you are.
most guys.
Stay in there, Dre. Don't get out of there. Stay in there.
What's up, Dre?
What you say, Jay? What was the comment?
Oh, nah. He had said it
Did
earlier.
you just shout out
I
Boo
said,
Butt?
I said catapult. And then he said we went in the whole opposite direction. I said, oh, fuck what I'm talking about.
Oh shit.
And then it came back. And then I was like, yeah, catapult. Yeah, Dre, bro, don't ever doubt yourself, nigga.
Bro, what is a boo butt, bro? That's your second time.
Yeah,
saying
What's
that.
that boo butt?
Explain that,
Oh,
bro.
my
No,
my
shit.
boo, your boo butt,
Third
What's
time
a-
I heard that.
What's a
What?
boo butt, bro?
your boo butt, bro.
It's a boo butt.
The one who you laying up with, nigga, rubbing your feet together with,
Getting
your
the
boo
back
butt,
massages
getting your
drunk.
back.
Nah.
Quit acting like you don't know who what a boo butt is,
you right.
cause I'm about to, I get to screaming at this bitch.
Right, right.
Hey, hey,
Nah.
you
You,
saw
you don't got enough air fresheners for that.
He told me rubbing feet together.
Hey,
I got
hey,
king
hit
size
that
mattress for a reason.
that one button.
Nah.
That was an ass joke.
But
Bruh,
I think
ass.
not chasing your purpose
My
and
shit
then not believing in yourself.
Bro, did you just change shades?
That's not the smoothest shit.
I was looking at that shit too. I said the shades don't look the same. Like,
Shades, bro. He got the blue shades to match the blue pants. Stop playing with, bro.
I
He
had to,
can't trim.
Come
I
a little
fuck with it.
serious.
My boy can't trim today.
I
Stop
fuck with
playing with him.
If you in professor,
And this
Get it out.
episode is brought to you by our partners.
This little bro, he went in my room and got all my shades, nigga. Take them shits out your pocket,
take
bro.
your time.
Them bitches look familiar.
I'm like, hold up. These boys really twins for real, man.
Bruh.
Took my
Take
shit.
your
all
time.
right, listen,
Little
listen,
bro,
listen,
no.
listen. Another thing is
That boy with the West RS.
you gotta believe.
Nah,
in
he did
yourself.
that shit mad smooth though. He wants to wait
I'm
until niggas
telling
turned
you.
around. He was like,
I'm telling you, I'm looking over here. They got on blue
Duh. Nah, that was smooth though. That was smooth.
You gotta
that might been the smoothest shit you ever did, bro.
That was some smooth shit.
appreciate it.
for sure, bro.
Oh
For
my
sure, bro.
All right, lock in.
Yeah,
man.
continue on, bro. What's the next subject, bro? God damn, bro. This nigga
Believe.
Manny's retarded.
You gotta
Hold on.
believe.
You gotta believe.
You gotta
bro.
believe.
A lot of
Boy,
people
bro.
don't
That's
believe.
Blaine
Hey,
saying, just
hey,
believe.
Just
One
believe,
question.
bro.
A lot of people don't reach their fullest potential ever. And as an ambitious person, as you all are all ambitious, it's like we're doing a lot, and people are gonna be like, dang, y'all doing a lot. But you like, I got so much more to do. But there's some people who don't do anything. They wake up, go to work, watch Netflix, eat bad. They just, I don't know. I don't
Nah,
know.
that's real.
Like,
That's
change yourself. And if you don't know where to start, like, just do something different. Like, you don't have to be in that same, you set limits on yourself. You just got to believe. And if you could think of something, you could bring it to life. Every
real.
single thing
That's
that
a
was
fact.
made, if you could think it, bring it to life.
Everything that is to life was once a thought.
Words of be
Mhm.
hood. Change your thoughts, change your life.
That's why I like city and buildings. Whenever I look at buildings, I'm just like, someone
Built
just like drew this.
I be thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and they just thought that it was an idea. Now it's here.
That's why, like,
Yeah,
every time we
yeah.
travel, I always be like, bro, I
Yeah.
love the architecture of the
'cause
different
someone,
cities.
that
we
was
go
just
to.
someone's idea.
Yeah, and you
Me
do this
neither.
on paper, bro.
I say me and her, we was just having this conversation 2 days ago, Sunday, just talking about nigga never losing your imagination because when
Nah,
you lose
facts.
your imagination, it's just like that's
Your
when you get
imagination.
I
old.
posted that yesterday. It said the
Nigga.
mind go over age. Don't surrender.
Yeah,
Don't surrender.
Always listen to new music because it causes your brain to continue to grow. Don't listen to the same music over and over and over.
yeah.
Like, listen to new music. Try to stay young. I know, like, when we were
never
kids,
heard that.
all we worried about was Boomerang and Cartoon Network and eating Cocoa Pebbles and Lucky Charms.
Boomerang, boy, how
Bro.
old is you, bro?
I was watching
Weren't watching
Boomerang.
Boomerang?
I was watching
watching-
Boomerang,
Yeah,
but,
I was watching
but man,
Boomerang.
Boomerang really before
The fact that
us.
he
I'm not
said
real.
it is.
I'm
it
not
is.
a
before
2000
us, bro.
kid.
The shows
I am
on
too.
Boomerang are
Tsunami.
before us,
You were born in
but,
2002.
I'm the oldest person in this piece.
But
Nah,
listen,
Nah, bro.
when we were
I'm
kids,
older than Manny.
we used to
Nah,
have
man,
it.
he's 96.
I'm 96.
He's December 96.
My
That's
son.
why you wear them glasses and they work, bro.
My son.
Yeah, man, he's 96.
So y'all both
man.
96.
No, but he's 97.
I'm 97.
He's
Oh, you
February
97?
97.
We all
He's
97.
December 97.
Oh, you just
Except
beginning of the
me.
year, right?
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
Eskimos are
97.
97.
Oh, the who?
Scopes.
Eskimos.
The
Eskimos.
Ghosts.
The Scopes.
Is that a gang or something?
Eskimo.
That's more.
You at the igloo right now, nigga.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
say no gang
Brr.
activity.
Bird.
We don't
Bro.
promote gang
Put
activity.
my snowboarding.
Yeah, put them shit, bro. Come on, bro.
No, but
correct.
no, real talk. I just think that dang, what was I talking about?
Believe.
No, I was talking about something else. So
No, you talking about just believe.
Yeah, believe.
You ended
Believe.
that. He That was his.
Belief.
We were talking about Blaine Wayne with just
It
belief.
was belief and losing purpose in yourself
Mhm.
with these women.
Don't let these women make you lose your purpose, bro. Stay down.
You was like, you
I was
gotta-
talking about as kids. As kids, we were
Yeah, you talking about
eating,
some Cocoa Puffs
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Boomerang.
No. But here's the thing: as we grow up, society is going to make you grow up if you allow them to. And I try to always stay youthful. Like
That's real.
I want to explore. I want to go outside and act like it's my first time going outside again. Because the world, you got to travel. Like if you don't travel, you just reading the first chapter of a book. Like I'm talking
Over and
about
over again.
Go to Dominican Republic. I'm not talking about go to the resort. I'm talking about go to the slums.
Like we did in Costa Rica.
Go to the slums.
Right.
Go to Paris.
You gotta go on an
You know,
adventure.
you
go on
gotta
an adventure,
really
man.
go to. I want to explore, and I know people. Social media, the news, all that's gonna make a place seem like one thing, but until you explore it for real, you
don't know.
You don't
it's
know.
so different because people gonna think, oh, Africa's like boom, 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 and you're gonna be out there with the lions and the cheetahs. Like, yo, Africa is beautiful.
Mhm.
Y'all been to
Nigeria is
Africa?
beautiful. Nah,
I've never
we-
even been, but
we
like,
going.
We've been to Egypt, bro.
yeah.
We
Oh,
did go
yeah.
to Africa.
We did go to Africa.
That's how you know you traveled, though.
But-
You well traveled. You don't even know
Look,
you been.
You got to be cultured. You got to travel, explore. Don't grow up because growing up, if you grow like how I look at most, the average person lives around 70-ish. We already live
Yeah,
like
a quarter.
1/3 of our life.
Oh no,
I
30,
rebuke that.
1/3.
I think the average age span is going to easily go
Man,
above
what my
100
nigga
within
Ye
our
say?
lifetime.
Hey.
Within our lifetime.
But here's the thing, though. We're in our prime right now.
Mm.
We're
I'm,
beginning.
We're at the
I'm not in my
beginning.
We're
prime yet.
beginning.
Yeah, I was
our
gonna say
prime.
I
I'm
don't
not in
even
my
know.
prime.
We
I'm
barely
telling you,
touched
I
it.
don't know my.
We
think
barely
Should be
touching
like
it.
I
the
think we're
funny shit
beginning
that
our
I
prime.
do.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
thing I
know-
know say
I
right
know
now,
myself. Tragedy.
I don't know about y'all, but like
Yeah.
I ran a marathon. I ran 26
my
miles.
soul through
Um,
the white. My fault.
He let them intrusive
Hey,
thoughts just go.
that boy be trolling, bro. Hey man,
Hey.
get this boy a show for real, man.
Listen, I ran a marathon after we went to Paris and Egypt. One of my friends was like, "You can't run a marathon." I was like,
I remember
"Sign
that.
me up." And I didn't even train for it or nothing. Ran 26 miles, no walking, 26 miles straight.
How do you do that? Like,
How the fuck-
what's going through your
I'm-
mind?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's going through your head?
What's going
I
through your
think
mind?
one
as you
run
do
mile.
I think for
know
me,
that, man.
what motivates me
Fuck all of that.
is when anybody says I can't do something or when bad stuff happens. Whenever anything bad happens, and it's like, nah, like what I literally, all right, and this might sound crazy. Sometimes I'd be like, my life is a movie right now, and people are in the crowd watching. What would they say to do? They would say, keep
What will make
going.
the best story?
What would
I think that all.
they-
I make that all. I
You
think
know,
about that all the
You
time.
gotta make.
I like that.
yourself
I fuck with
the-
it.
Sometimes you
your
gotta
own
be the
purpose.
villain.
Make the best story.
Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta do the out of the box stuff. But when I ran that marathon, I'm not gonna lie, I never ran full speed again. My my knees, like I wake up sometimes, I be stretching and all that. I'm like, dang.
Screaming at him.
Yeah.
I know your body was just shutting down after that shit.
After the marathon, I did not walk for like.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
I ain't walk for 6 days. I ain't walk for 6 days. Why did you do this to me?
I know your toenails is falling off, nigga. Like,
I was over there on some David Goggins stuff. Like I remember running and like, and because the people said that I couldn't do it, I felt like I like
I feel like you
I don't
had
feel
to.
like I have to prove myself to nobody, but like I just like proving myself to myself. And so like I always tell myself like one more, okay, like whenever I'm running, anytime I'm doing workouts or I'm doing push-ups, I'm always pushing myself to the freaking limit. And I think sometimes people don't push themselves.
That's where you gotta go hard.
Like people are like, oh, let me do 10,
Push it to the
10
limit.
bench press and that's it. And that's why your results are directly correlated. You could cheat on your taxes, you could cheat on money, you could cheat on your girl, but you can't cheat on your physical fitness.
Yeah, you
Can't cheat on that grind, fuck nigga.
You can't treat. You can't
Hey
treat.
man, we kick you out of here.
We can't.
Hey, we finna
You can't cheat on the grind.
treat your body.
You can't run from it.
That's a fact.
Dre is crazy, bro.
You need to leave.
That's a fact. But that's why people respect respectable physique, because that's the one thing that you can't cheat.
cheat.
Like everything else you can pay for. Like you
Literally.
see a motherfucker that's like put together, you're like,
Yeah.
no, he knows discipline. He done
together
he
from
done put it in. Yeah,
You see
like,
it.
Yeah.
He did it.
And I
right.
think,
He
and I
did.
think you like
Fuck.
just as a human, money could buy you so much. Take the money, take the clothes, take the car, take the house away from everybody.
Well, who
What
are
do you have?
Yeah, who are you?
What
for
you
real?
got, bruh?
And you wanna carry yourself. and walk around and be proud of the person in the mirror. If you're not proud of the person in the mirror, like you got some self-love that you got to do. And I know like people are going to be like, oh no, it's okay to be out of shape and fat and all. Like, yo, look in the mirror and like you want to enjoy yourself.
Right.
I feel like most people don't look in the mirror and enjoy themselves.
Like
Shit, I look at
big
it, I be
problem,
like,
unfortunately.
boy, hey.
I ain't gonna lie, that's how I be feeling.
I be waking up
Shit,
like,
boy.
appreciate you, my nigga.
You did your big one today, my boy.
Thank you.
So,
Go have
I
a
mean,
great day.
work on-
handsome
Man,
motherfucker.
work on yourself.
Handsome
Work on yourself.
motherfucker.
Nigga Dre, bro.
on me, I be talking to myself in the mirror like that every day.
It's positive words of affirmation.
Right.
I think that's how you
Positive
should start the day.
That's a
off.
fact, though. That's
Definitely
a fact. You gotta love yourself, bro. Because you don't love
Yourself,
yourself,
who is?
Ain't
nobody
nobody
will.
The world's
bro.
gonna
Nobody will.
try to make you not love yourself.
Yeah, they
They're
gonna try to
be like-
humble you.
Know
They're
what
gonna be
I'm
like, no, and like
Never let a
I-
hard
I
time
think-
humble us.
I
nigga.
think it's
How
like
you not gonna love
I
you?
refuse to let a hard
cocky
time.
versus
Never-
confidence. You gotta be
Stand 10 toes
confident.
in the Amazon. Let's go.
You gotta be confident, you know. In Houston, I'll go running all the time, like 3 miles up the street, no shirt on, and people be honking their horn. I'm like, dang, like I gotta go. Like in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go harder. I gotta keep working. But like I realize, like some people never experience that. Some people never experience people giving a
Admiration.
double take. Like sometimes you walk in the store with a tank top on, people like, what do you do? Like you want to work on yourself and like. I think also back in the day, you know how like there was like gladiators and they were all fighting and going to war and all that. And like if you took all of us and take us back into those gladiator days, some guys would not survive.
Most guys will not
Most
survive.
men
Right.
not-
I'm about to say,
What you
most guys will not.
Most men
I
can't
be
pick up the
close.
sword. What you
Me,
Yeah,
on the other
nah.
hand,
They gonna
I'm
grab that sword and hit one of them.
fucking active.
What's gonna happen when you with your wife and kids and somebody banging on the door downstairs? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna at least.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie
I'm
to you.
gonna be
I'm
scared, but I'm
finna
gonna
beat the lint out that nigga pockets.
Let the beat the lint out that nigga pockets.
the
Now,
lint-
that's a good pivot though, because we ain't talk about this. You model too. Like you've gone to some big time modeling gigs. Explain that. How did that start, and how do you feel about the modeling industry?
yeah. So the modeling. Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, that's a whole nother lane.
All right, so the modeling, shoot, back in like 2022, 2023, agency reached out, blah, 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 basically was like, hey, we want you in New York Fashion Week. We're going to pay for your flight, your hotel, yada, yada. I thought it was like a scam or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like kind of hesitant.
And this is, I'm sorry, this is on Instagram they reached out? Or?
yeah, basically on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram. And so
Was
I'm
it
like,
from your like Simp to Pimp page, or did you
my
already have
regular?
some
This was
motion?
before Simp to Pimp. Before Simp to Pimp.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. It's a side note, man. He been making content since Vine. I ain't gonna hold you. This ain't new.
He
This
has been
ain't
making
new,
content.
bro. Like you've been making content since we was in high school.
Dang, I
so
forgot about
this ain't
Vine
new to
was
this.
crazy.
He has been going
Yeah,
for
you
a
been
little
doing that.
But
I ain't gonna-
they reached out and I thought it was like a scam, whatever. And then they're like, "Well, here's your flight ticket." And I'm sitting here like, "Dang, I'm about to get flown out to get kidnapped or something." But I'm a little curious. So I'm like, "All right, I can handle myself. I'll be able to pivot out of any situation." Caught the flight, get up there, meet up with the designer. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Dang, I'm gonna just keep it real. The first fashion show I was in, I got kicked out. So here's what happened.
What you do?
Got up there, met up with the designer. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. They tried to have me wear, and you know the model industry might tackle me for this because I know how they be. But I promise you, like I'm not trying to come on no disrespect type stuff. They
That shit
tried to
sweet as hell.
they tried to have me wear like a thong, and they're not gonna say it was a thong, but in my eyes,
They tried to emasculate you.
yeah.
Your ass was gonna be out, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Straight cheeks.
That was,
They made me try it on, and I was like, "What the crap?" I'm not even gonna lie. I put it on for like 5 seconds. And they had me walk and try it on.
Bruh felt that breeze.
And
my nigga had a banana hammock.
listen.
Nigga say,
I felt a draft.
want
of
me
the
to
ass.
show my ass, nigga? Literally?
We're in New York, right? And the designer, you know, they had their studio, their thing was on the street, and
Was the designer a man?
all the wall was glass, so everybody on the street saw me in it, right?
Oh, yeah, they were like, look at that nigga cheeks.
And I was like, and I remember it was like some pink flowers. I was like, I took it off.
Pink flower?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. I was like, I slept on it because the fashion show was the next day. So I'm like, how am I gonna maneuver this? Because I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, this ain't me. I'm not. So the next day, I go up to the assistant. I'm like, hey, is there something else I could wear? Like, and they're like, no. Oh, you don't want to wear it? You're out. you know how many people want to be in your shoes to be able to model in New York Fashion Week in front of all these. I'm talking hundreds of cameras, the news, and all that type of stuff.
Tried to gaslight.
And I was like, if I could wear something else, I'll be more than happy. And they're like, nah, you're good. Somebody else will wear it. And there was literally a line of a whole bunch of other models just trying to get into a show. So some other guy was like, oh, I'll wear it, like because some people just want the opportunity, but like not every opportunity, not every door open you have to walk through.
Right.
Yeah.
So I remember leaving,
morality.
and I was in
You gotta stay on your shit.
I was in downtown Harlem eating food, and I was with one of my boys, and he was in a similar boat. So when I was like, hey, I'm not gonna wear that, he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear it either. So they kicked us both out the show basically. So we're downtown eating. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I was like, I ain't lose nothing from this. Like, I don't care.
You're in New York now for
Yeah. And so I was out there eating, and I get a phone call, and it's a designer. He's like, come back. He's like, I'll have you wear something else.
Just like these hoes.
So I go back. They had me wear like this like baby blue suit, right? I mean, obviously in my eyes, it wasn't like, oh, like crazy, but like it was presentable. So they had me wear a suit, and like I remember like the jacket was like, it was kind of short and the shirt was longer, but like it was presentable. So I wore that. I walked down the runway. I walked back, and you know, I didn't take modeling as serious as some of these other models. Like people literally fly to New York and like live there to chase their modeling dreams. Like they do some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I've done some crazy stuff for modeling too, like trying out in auditions and all that. But after that show, that like was the bowling ball that like created like the avalanche, because I started getting calls, started getting commercial shoots, and I'm like a go-getter. So it's like I'm out here trying to, you know, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go after it. So I started getting a few calls, and I started posting it, and then I started reaching out to other designers, and then it just started rolling to the point where it was like, okay, I can go to New York, I could go to Miami, and I could just show up to the show, and they'll be like, no, we need Manny in this, you know? But in the very beginning, I'm not gonna lie, it was spooky, because in the modeling industry, you know, as a straight man, most male models are, you know, they're not straight, and that's, you know, that's okay. Let everybody do what they want to do. But like as a straight man and keeping yourself, you know, to your standards and to your morals and values, you have to put your foot down, because they will test you. I'm telling you, they will test you. They will try you. They'll try to take photos with you and try to change it to something else, all types of stuff. So like I tell them, like, I'm okay with doing some athletic stuff. I'm okay with doing some streetwear, some suits, some dress up, but I'm not ever wearing a dress. I'm not ever wearing no heels. I'm not ever painting my nails. I'm not ever doing no makeup. I'm not ever doing, and I'm telling you, like in modeling, they be painting nails. They be all that type of, I be like, nah, that ain't me. And this is my brand. This is my image. This is my life. And money can't buy your brand. Money can't buy your reputation. So I remember one time I got flown out to Mexico, and I'm talking a lot of money was involved. Like it was a lot, thousands and thousands. And they told it was like men's mental health awareness commercial that they were trying to do. Once I got out there, it was some whole other stuff. So
shit, talk about it.
Shoot. I actually had to sign something that said I wouldn't even talk about this experience.
And
So
For real?
yeah, no, like it
You
was,
the NDA for that?
yeah, it was a whole big thing.
so you still
So when I
no, I'm just saying,
But
did you
here's what I'll
what you
say,
do?
because I'm not going to go
Yes.
too deep in detail about it.
You did some freaky shit?
No, I'm not going to say. I ain't go too deep in detail about it, but when I got there and they started trying to make this commercial that was going to be shown in like 17 different countries for a different community, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, and then they got upset. They're like, well, we'll fly you back tomorrow. I was like, fly me back. And like, I think that's where my name, the problem child, is not from all that, because it was like that before. But like, they started realizing, oh shoot, like this guy's a rebel. Like,
It really is the
you
problem
really got to
child.
be a rebel to society. You really got to be like money. People can be bought, and if they can be bought, they're not worth it. They're not worth anything. You know?
Subconsciously, everybody respects someone that can stand on their 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on.
Yeah, right.
So-
I mean,
Subconsciously,
like,
like
yeah,
deep down,
yeah,
even though they sent you home, whatever, they like.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is.
They like, yeah.
And so
Yeah.
modeling, I've done like commercial shoots. I've done Puma, Vogue magazine, Miami Swim Week. I did Hawaii Swim Week. So I was the only Like the only African American out there in Hawaii with all them like it was dope experiences. Was on Times Square billboard and just it was just really like man like I would have never thought I could do it. And then I'm like if I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, anybody can do it. Just like you gotta go after it. And when that right door just opens, and then the next opportunity goes. So I ended up doing some movies. And that was like interesting because you got to memorize like 144 pages and go out and try to act it out and make people feel the emotion through the movie and all that. So it was I really enjoyed those experiences, and I know that they're very unique when I look back on them. But more importantly, because I remember one time I remember this one audition for this movie. I flew out to Miami. It was like 97 degrees outside. Long line, standing outside in the sun for 5 hours.
Nah, that's crazy.
5 hours waiting to audition, and they come out. They're like, "We're not taking any more auditions." And I'm talking, I was out there. I couldn't leave the line because I was like, if you leave the line, like there's so many people. I'm talking thousands auditioning. When I tell you that crushed a little part of me, like 5 hours, and I was dehydrated. My skin done turned 3 shades darker. Like I was out there burnt cinnamon toast crunch. And I remember going and sleeping in my car. Like I literally what's crazy is like
Bro,
a lot of people
cinnamon toast crunch, bro.
Yo, I'm just yapping for real. But I remember
I ain't never heard of that.
Yo, listen.
Here's some shit you never heard before. I'll tell you that.
I remember another thing is people they see the end result. So they see the modeling, they see the commercial, I did Sarah V and the Times Square billboard, right? They don't know all the grit and the dirt and the crap that you had to go through to get there. They don't know about the nights where you slept in your car, sleeping outside the audition place because you wanted to be there early, and you caught a flight to somewhere and you don't even have a hotel to stay at, so you just taking the metro train and you staying up through the night and you figuring it out like legit. When I was on Times Square billboard, I didn't even have a place to stay. When I went out to go see it myself on Times Square billboard, I didn't have a place to stay.
You're our second guest that done talked about hustling and sleeping in that car.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's the thing.
Look,
That's a real
I
thing.
slept in my when I had the
concussion,
concussion, right? And I saw the money going out. I picked up a side quest job in South Carolina. I'm not gonna go too much in detail about this job because it was like I tried to keep it super low key. I slept in my car for 2 months straight last year. 2 months straight. The whole month of October and November, here was my routine. I would wake up. I would sneak into a hotel and just walk in like a regular, and I would go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and wash my face and eat their breakfast for free. Yeah. Because I'm just acting like I'm in the hotel. And I was eating some good breakfast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was finding I got a list
of breakfast, nigga.
I had a list in my notes of hotels. So I would go to the hotel for like 3 days straight, the same hotel for 3 days straight, and then I would switch to a different hotel because I didn't want to make the block hot. So it's like typical stay is 2-3 days, and if you put yourself together well enough, like I would walk in there like kind of dressed up, brush my teeth, wash my face, put my contacts in, eat breakfast, go do my work. And then go to like a coffee shop because all I had was my car. Like I'm in South Carolina with just my car. Go to a coffee shop, do work on my laptop, try to keep the flow going. And then I got a gym membership. So I had 2 gym memberships. I had kind of like a nicer gym, and then I had Planet Fitness. So Planet Fitness is $10 a month. So I could go there and take my shower and all that and be good. And then sit in their little relaxing chair for a couple hours and then go back and sleep in my car. And so the nicer gym, I would go every single day. I worked out at like 9 p.m. I would sit in the sauna at 10 p.m. And then after the sauna, I would leave and go, I was eating like Publix. So I would grab like a salad, grab some like little stuff and make like a meal out of it, And I would sleep in my car and I have my blanket, right? Lay my seat all the way back. And I had all my my clothes that I needed, all that in the back of the car. Nobody even knew. And I would sleep. And I remember one night it was cold as crap. So I wouldn't try to leave. Like I would have my car shut off. So I would turn my car on and let it warm up a little, and then try to turn it off. Save gas and not. You don't want your car running through the whole night. Yeah. But I remember it was as cold as crap, and I'm with a concussion, so my head is just pounding. And I'm just like, people don't even know, but we gonna keep it G.
So we gonna keep it G.
Cause nobody's coming.
Nobody's coming.
It's a cold world out here, and if you ain't ready to get into that dog fight, you might not make it out.
But you got to go through that.
You got to go through that dog fight. Bro.
character
That's why I respect
development.
you, bro, because you go through that.
That's actual fact.
Nobody would ever even know. Nobody really knows this either. But like, that's why
I
life
said
is
we
so
got
cool.
an exclusive. We got a Manny D exclusive out
Nah,
there.
facts,
Bitch.
bro.
That's why I love sleeping in my bed because it's like, I remember what it was like sleeping on the, sleeping in the car and, you just in the middle, you find a parking lot in the middle of nowhere, just be chilling.
Nah, for as long as I've known you, you've definitely always had grit for 110%. That's one thing I knew about you. You had heart and grit. I respect that. Your brain ain't always there. But you got heart and grit. I'm telling you, 110%. Yeah.
Crazy as hell.
For sure.
The first time I met
110%.
When I met bro, I was like, he tweaked out.
Yeah, he a tweaker.
Nah,
But
but
You gotta
that
be,
boy
though.
know- That boy know how to be a dog, though.
If you an anime character, you want to go through some real bull crap.
I'm telling you, that's why I like anime, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch anime like that. But D West did put me on Solo
so
Leveling.
leveling fire.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's
So
a great
level
anime.
tough.
Hey, y'all go watch Solo Leveling.
Go watch that shit.
Hey, man,
Shout out
Solo
Jim
leveling, bro. Give us a
Aura God.
Jan Woo, man.
Aura God. He too cool.
But yeah, I do think everybody who has had a spoon fed their whole life, they're a little bit I'm not gonna say you're a weaker human, but embrace that bull crap when it comes. Because God is going to teach you what he needs to teach you, man. Accept it.
regardless.
Yeah. What we talk about, I told you that, like, when you ask for patience, what God gonna do?
Test you.
He gonna put you in a situation to be
Give
patient. You was probably praying for strength. God said, bet. You want to be strong?
I'm gonna show you. What
Right.
Yeah, we gonna push you through that
That's what I'm
ringer.
talking
You
about.
feel me?
After
yeah.
that, I feel like nothing could.
I'm telling
This is
you.
why I feel like nothing could break me unless somebody passes away that's close to me. If
Mhm.
there's any other problem, I'm just so like my friends
You
be like,
can't
yo,
let
you're.
that break you though.
Mhm.
They be like,
You gotta keep going.
yo, that didn't phase you. Like I remember, like bro, I went through so much crap. Like my apartment got flooded. Like it's just like little stupid stuff, and I'm just like, all right, we gotta get it back.
Bruh.
It's
That
gonna
was-
work. We gotta get back. We gotta go harder.
Bro, that was
Right.
me like 2 years ago with my car, bro. I ain't
Bro.
gonna hold you. I was going through so much with that car, bro. Everything.
Yeah, we remember.
Bro,
We were there.
We were there.
hey,
That
you
bit
was
didn't move for about a year.
Nah, it moved. It just took about 3 months.
Yeah.
Nah.
Grew roots in
Right.
front of
Oh,
our
you talking about the blue car? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then bruh, somebody took the Mercedes Benz.
Off
Bro, they
the
took
bench
the
truck.
bro off the truck. You remember the
That's
truck?
OD.
It looked like
That's funny.
Iron Man when he ain't had no heart right here.
Niggas around there put that shit on his chain.
But I ain't gonna hold you. I seen Buddy come to the Benz Stadium. Like my thing was missing. 2 weeks later, I was at at the Falcons game, and bruh had the little fake Mercedes Benz chain, but with a giant Mercedes Benz sign. I was with a shorty. I was like, bro, this nigga stole my shit.
Right.
Cause she looking at my
Sick.
car. She like, man, you missing your Mercedes Benz sign. This is crazy.
Yeah. My little sister totaled my car in 2023.
Yeah, I remember you telling
I
me
remember
that.
that.
Yeah, I
Bruh.
remember you telling me
I remember I was in Miami modeling.
Mm.
And my friend calls me. She FaceTime me. She's like, your little sister's okay. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, but your car is gone. And I'm talking about this car I worked 4 jobs in college. Like 4 jobs. My dad made me a deal. He said, if you pay for college, I'll give you this Malibu. Malibu cost $33K. College costed $80. So I was like, let me get these scholarships. Let me be an RA. I worked 4 jobs. So that car to me was like $33,000 worth of like labor. So I'm working 4 jobs. Got the car. I kept nice care of that car. I'm talking like I always, got washed, clean, always. That was my car. Sister came for an internship. Love her. Shout out to little sis. Love her. I told her not to drive my car to anywhere other than her internship. And I had her location. One day she's like, can I go to the beach? I'm like, no, you can't go to the beach. I don't want my car down there. And so she was driving to work one day, and she said that she fell asleep on the road. So I'm grateful that she's here, because she fell asleep on the highway. Car is total. I'm really glad she don't got no scratches on her or nothing. But I remember when my friend called me and showed me what my car looked like. I was like, one, I was glad my sister's okay. First of all, because car could be replaced clearly, but
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I remember like, just like, dang, that was $33,000 of labor, and you know how hard you worked on those jobs. So I was like, I got to get it back. Like at first I was really hurt, but then
Well, you was ready to cut off your whole family.
I'm not gonna lie, I ain't talked to my family for 2 months.
I remember that.
I remember talking to D West. I'm like, bro, you not gonna believe this bull crap, bro. And then he was like character development.
I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you and your character development.
So, one of my boys, he's really good with cars. He was like, bro, what was your dream car? And I remember because I used to work at one of my second job was a car dealership. Like my first job was I was a cashier.
You done did it all.
Yeah, my first job was a cashier, and I was an ice cream scooper at a baseball stadium. And that builds your forearms right there. I'm talking about that ice cream shake has a freezer. I was making them
Like,
100.
you just think about that. That's how
Yeah.
you know a nigga really did that.
I was,
Hey, nigga.
ice cream.
got the perfect nigga not capping.
Right, oh, not Kevin.
Yeah, and then I worked at a car dealership changing oil and tires. And I remember getting in this guy's Corvette, and I was like, "What car is it?" That was my first time being in a Corvette. I was like, I was like 17 years old. I was like, I'm gonna get this car one day. I was like, I don't know when, but I'm gonna get this car. And what's crazy is, whoever's Corvette it was, when they went to come and pick it up from the dealership, this girl, I guess the guy who owned it, his niece or daughter, she had to come to drive the car. And so I ended up getting her like Instagram or something. And this was 11 years ago. And I was like, I really like that car. I'm going to get it one day. And we were like 17, and she laughed and drove off. And so when I got the Corvette, like when I got it in 2023, my friend, he helped me negotiate. And I was like, all right, I can do this. I got it. She like messaged me on Instagram. She was like, we haven't talked in years, but I remember you telling me that like 11 years
She
ago.
was waiting.
11 years ago.
She
was
was
like,
waiting.
She
She
was
was watching your page. She's
she
like,
was
I can't wait till he
and
get
I
this
literally,
Corvette.
I literally forgot. Like I told her, I was like, I'm going to get this car one day. But that's another thing. Is like,
Did you take her out?
she lived back in DC.
Oh,
But-
she was shooting that shot.
Yeah, like if I go back
That's
to
what
DC,
that was. Let me
I'm gonna hit her
ride.
up. But here's the thing though, like, and this ain't, because I'm not a materialistic person, and I'm not even a big car person, because people be like, oh, how many horsepower and all the, if you ever go into a car show, most of the people at the car show, they don't be having no personality, nothing about, they just let the car
Do
be the
talking.
personality for
The
them.
car is just it's got
You
a
know?
soul like a car talk.
Yeah, and I went to the car show and they kicked me out because I didn't register or something. But they kicked me out. But like I remember talking to some of the other car people and they asking about all these specs of I don't know that stuff. But like, don't let your house, your car, your money overflow your personality, your morals and values. Keep your character and like the car is, you could take that car away, you could take my apartment away, whatever. Like your morals and values and your character and how you treat people. I don't like how certain people treat people based off of their possessions, based off of the money that they got or whatever. It's like treat everybody with respect, and people are not gonna remember what you say or what you do. They're gonna remember how you made them feel.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a
I ain't
fact.
gonna hold you, bro. That boy West said this was gonna be a good one. And you came on here, you spitting
it.
right now, bro. You talking your shit right now, bro. Respect
Yeah.
it, bro.
Uber gobble,
I'm
Uber
about to say,
gobble.
we done got about an hour to change, but if y'all got some like lingering questions or whatnot, then we can start to kind of wrap it up. It's about to be 10.
Mm.
How y'all
Straight,
feeling?
bro.
Because it's all gonna get clipped up, so like, you feel me? Y'all can come in whenever and ask a question.
Yeah.
I think the only question I was gonna say, whenever you was asking about the DMs, did you? I can't remember what you asked, but I think I was gonna ask, what was the most asked question? Do you think, or like
I think a
around-
lot of guys, especially in their younger age, they be chasing after the girls,
Mm,
and they be chasing after girls that don't like them.
mm,
And you gotta know when not every girl's gonna like you.
mm,
I've talked to or dealt with over 100 women. I'm not saying that's like so whatever. I'm saying I've just dealt with so many women from different backgrounds, different friends from different areas, and different cultures and all that. And some are gonna like you, and some are not gonna like you. And you gotta be able to differentiate when somebody's using you and somebody who actually wants to be around you for you.
mm.
Because even, I'm not even gonna lie, even with the car, I noticed girls start treating me different. So I got a second car. My daily car is like some, chill, low key car. I always like try to, especially on my first date, second date, pick them up in that. And I see which ones ask me, oh, where's the Corvette? I thought you were picking me up in the Corvette. You could see their facial expression. Oh, I'm in this black Lexus, this CT, this little, and you could see how people treat you. and pay attention to that.
You just heard that.
You feel me? You heard that right too.
Yeah.
Drop that in
You
real
went
subtle.
you went from Corvette to Black Lexus. Like the Lexus just
There's
isn't-
nothing wrong with the Lexus.
No. What I'm saying is that's crazy for them.
But
to-
for
it's
them,
a
they not going.
Lexus.
It's the.
Oh
the
yeah,
It's
That's
a,
what we
at
talk
the end of the day,
about,
It's a Lexus.
It's
status
Lexus.
status versus what I always say to you.
It's status.
That bullshit you be saying.
What do I be saying since it's bullshit?
That's why I be forgetting because it's
Status.
bullshit.
Yeah, I know exactly. what you're
Fucking
talking about.
status
Yeah,
versus-
status versus
what you
fucking like the core, whatever the fuck you said, bro. Talking about
One of
Fetty
them.
ass.
Yeah,
You said
disrespected, bro.
he said something about status.
How the
versus-
fuck I don't remember what I said?
That's how you know it's bullshit.
Too much football.
Wait, but it makes
Too much
sense.
football.
CTE.
Too much
But
football.
nah,
I know what
that
you're
goes
talking
exactly
about.
with this
Yeah.
though, because it's like they tripping about they're comparing
No.
a Corvette.
Yeah, nah.
That's not too far off.
That's
bro.
bird behavior.
But when they thinking about that Corvette,
Yeah, I know what they think.
Yeah.
They
know
they want to take the Instagram video with the red
Right,
guts.
right, right.
seat.
you know they gotta do it for the ground.
I know, and
But you can do it
so
for the
I
girl,
remember
though.
this one girl was
Bro,
like,
Lexus?
"Where's the
Well,
Corvette?"
yeah,
with the
You're right.
Lexus?
You're right. But that's
Right?
for some.
Status versus class.
Yeah, that's what it
Class,
is.
that's what it
versus
was.
class, yeah.
Class.
Status versus class.
There you
Yo, way to remember
exactly.
Because the Lexus is very classy. It's very,
Bruh.
but the status of that Corvette is
Yeah.
just
Fact,
gives off more
The
status.
Corvette, like
Them
Lexus
hoes
is
chasing
still
the
considered
sorry about that.
luxury.
The women chasing the
Thank you.
status.
Women chasing
But when you
status.
pull up in something classy, they don't even know. Like, it's, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is
Yeah.
class, baby. This
And-
is real. You know.
That's a fact.
you know, I'm coming from a
Etiquette.
place where like I'm still figuring out life just like everybody else. Like I just got the car because I was like, that's my dream car, and if my life's a video game, that's the car I want. But like some people think that I just got it together or whatever, and it's like, yo, like honestly, some of my favorite friends are my broke friends.
That's because they be the realest. You gotta
They be
because
the realest.
because
like,
if you broke, you gotta lead with who you are, not
like-
with what you got.
like,
Mhm.
and
you know what I mean? You
and
gotta lead with
and
who
maybe
you are.
not maybe broke is not the
You
right
just
word.
called your
but-
friends broke.
Say,
Keep
Hey,
it hot.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I don't
Try
wanna-
every single one of y'all.
Cause they broke to somebody, goddamn it.
But like they
We all
really,
broke
we had the
somebody.
We all broke to somebody.
we had the
so-
deepest convos, and they like you could tell.
Dang,
like,
so what that
okay,
mean about us?
All right, no. Listen.
I'm broke.
My birthday,
We had
birthday,
some
with my
convos.
chest.
Sam broke.
my birthday was such a deep.
Shit's prop money y'all see on the ground.
My birthday,
We ain't got it.
my birthday, and my birthday was so deep to me this past year. It taught me something that was just crazy.
I
'cause
ain't get no invite.
every year I throw my birthday off the spontaneous. I'll literally invite everybody the day of, and I'll literally tell the restaurant I'm having it the day. Like I literally got back, and my birthday's December 10th, and I told them, I said, "Hey, I'm about to have like 60, 70 people here tonight. Is there?" And they were like, "We literally know." The restaurant has my name down as like this guy is a problem to the restaurant because he comes with 60, 70 people, and he asks to split the check for everybody.
And you be standing on tables and shit, bro.
And I sit on table.
Hey,
one
I gotta
year.
go to your
Yeah,
birthday this
bro.
year.
Yeah, no, but the birthdays be lit, and my Friendsgiving, it be a lot of people be pulling up. So I
time.
throw the birthday, and I'll message everybody, be like, "Hey, birthday dinner night." They be like, "Why you give me such?" There's two types of people. There's people that's like, "Bet I'm there," and there's people that's like, "Why you get such late notice? I can't make it. You need to give me a week's notice." I didn't even know I was gonna throw a birthday dinner. Like I'm spontaneous like that. I do not plan, but
No, we don't plan shit for real.
I'm about to say
Bruh.
we the most
Spontaneous.
Yeah,
We all be chilling like this.
Dysfunctional.
We
Yeah.
like, hey, y'all niggas want to fucking go bowling? And niggas be like, you know what?
yeah. If there was a
Hell
group
yeah.
of type B motherfuckers, it's
Yeah.
us.
Bruh.
Besides Fetty,
and
it's not type
so
B.
at the birthday, I remember it was like 70 people, right? And there was this girl who, like, for me to see how she was struggling one time when I saw her of like hiding her car so the towing company wouldn't get it, right? So she's like, "Hey, I got you a gift," right? And she gave me a card. She's like, "Do not lose this card." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like bouncing around. She's like, "Manny, I'm gonna keep the card until the end because I need you to know you can't lose this card." And later, when I got home, like later that night, I opened up the card and it was $100, right? And I got all different types of friends, and like for her to give me $100, and you know my friends who do have money, I'm not saying I'm never entitled, but like for it to come from her, out of all the people at my birthday dinner, really shook me because $100 to her was so much to her, and it's crazy and she wrote a letter. She said all the nights that because we would go to this place called Hawaiian Bros. And it's like this Hawaiian restaurant, and like I would literally just hit her up, be like, "Hey, what you up to? Let's go get some food." And like she was just chill, like she was just a friend, like That's it. Like, and this is what I mean. Like, you gotta have some girls that are just your homegirl. Like she literally it was like a little sister to me. So like, and when we would eat, she would show me some funny reels, and like she just in her letter she basically wrote like, you helped keep me pushing on my down days, and you never even knew it.
That's real.
Like, and she gave me $100, and I'm like. Like, I'm thinking about the job she worked, how much it took for her to make that on top of trying to pay her bills. She was hiding her car, so the tow company. So, like, somebody like her, it's like you got to protect those type of people. You got to really protect those type of people because it's like, it's hard to run across. Everybody wants to take from you. Everybody see you with this. And she's like, I don't even have it, but I'm willing to give this to you. And so I actually, once I get back to Houston, I'm probably going to hit her up. Hey, let's go grab food. Because I always, try to do some check-ins on my friends. And sometimes I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't have it. When I had the concussion, lost a lot of money. I went in the hole. I went down. And even though I was going down, I still tried to keep it P. And I would still try to do everything that I typically did. One time I took my friend out. He got mad money. Like, he's good, set for life. And I'm like, yo, I got dinner. And he's like, bro, like, you have a concussion and you not even making no bread right now. I'm like, bro, I told you I got it. Like, it's not about where we're at in life. This is just how I carry myself. And you always have my back. I got dinner tonight,
Respect.
And it stuff like that goes a long way. It's how your character is, not only when you're up, but when you're down. Because people going to be all nice to you and all good when they good. Wait until the kitchen get hot.
When shit hits the fan, is you still a fan?
When the kitchen get hot.
You still a fan, man.
And people got to get fed. And you the cook.
I hate this nigga. It's crazy.
And you haven't even
How he made himself a little cutout scene
With
right
the
there.
aesthetics
That's
right
that
there. That
family
boy
guy
think he
shit.
doing
Yeah,
something
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Come on, Batman. Let's go.
I
Yeah.
rock with it.
Let's go, Batman.
Nah, shout out Shorty though, and shout out all the real friends. out
Shorty
there, man.
definitely,
Shout
she's
out
definitely hard for that one.
Yeah.
That $100 is
That's what's
definitely
up. Yeah.
dope.
That's what's up.
I rock with it.
you haven't even ate yet, and the food's running out, but people gotta eat.
It's that Franklin
gotta-
Saint.
You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it P. Do all of it. I wasn't ever asking people for money, ever asking for a handout. I was just like, nobody's coming. And some of my friends, they're like, yo, you gotta ask for help sometimes. And I'll admit, like I do got an ego about me where it's like, if I'm struggling, I'm gonna try to figure it out. I don't ever want to be like, hey, like I literally couldn't walk, and my friends were like, you could have asked me to drive you here or whatever. But like, I try to.
There's such thing as a healthy amount of ego though. Like you gotta have some ego in you as a man. If you ain't got, that's your spine.
Because
That's
I
your
got friends who call me,
There's-
and I already know that. Hey, bro, can you sell me $50 all the time?
But they're using you.
They trying.
Hey, fat man, stop playing over there, bro.
Hey, do nothing.
Hey, bro, be serious, bro. Why you laughing, bro? It's not the time to be
Keep
laughing,
looking
bro.
at me, bro. Every time I look up, this nigga.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
You
I'm
like me,
weak.
bro?
Nah, I feel like we gonna end up
Hey,
talking.
go on, start with that.
If y'all ain't got no more lingering questions, I want to play a game of rapid fire, and then we can get some closing thoughts.
What's
and we can
rapid
get out of
fire?
here. I'm just gonna ask you some quick questions.
Okay.
You feel me? We can clip it up.
Yeah,
All right.
bro.
Favorite workout move or exercise that you cannot live without?
Push-ups
So just push-ups.
every morning. 100 push-ups.
Chick-fil-A or Zaxby's? It's rapid fire.
Zaxby's. That Chick-fil-A.
Ask your question.
That Chick-fil-A salad goes crazy though.
Raising Cane's or Zaxby's?
Ooh, they both unhealthy.
Speaking of food, name one food that you can't live without.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Really?
Hey, that's respect. I'm
Salmon.
the same way with that one.
Salmon?
I agree. Salmon.
I got pronunciation problems.
Bro, I'm the
I think-
same way.
I
I
think
eat salmon
salmon the
almost every
right
I,
way
if
to
I'm
say
meal
it.
prepping, salmon,
Salmon.
broccoli, or green beans, and
My
quinoa.
go-to vegetable.
People don't know
Nah,
about that.
I go. I
Quinoa.
don't even go broccoli. I go salmon,
Kelly.
asparagus, and then I like to do salmon and just asparagus. Or if I need carbs and I'm like down on energy, like bad down, I'll make some rice if there's a rice maker. I can't make rice
right.
without a
I'll
rice
stay
maker.
can't make
steak
rice
over
in the
salmon.
pot?
Yeah.
Bruh, if I make some rice,
cooking ass nigga.
Bruh,
Bruh.
you feel me?
I hate. Nah, it don't come out.
salmon
It don't
be
come out right.
expensive.
It's different, bro.
That means you just don't know
Salmon.
what you doing.
I ain't say I did, fat man.
I'm saying you don't even got stir, bro.
All right.
I ain't-
Outside of fitness,
Use your finger.
hold on. Outside of fitness and food, what's your number one guilty pleasure?
Man, what happened to the rapid fire?
This is rapid fire.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
bro.
thought we was
shut
doing
your
this or
ass
that.
up, bro.
Nigga.
Outside of
Like
fitness
that,
and
man.
food,
It's a one answer
Think
question.
Go ahead.
outside of fitness and food,
Yeah, name your number one guilty pleasure.
One answer.
desserts. I have a bad sweet tooth.
He do.
I eat sweets. Like I had
You
dessert
do.
every dinner this week, and I actually put dessert in
Nah,
y'all
you do,
fridge when
bruh.
y'all weren't
He
looking.
be posting that stuff all the
He
time,
do.
bro.
Nah,
That
he's
boy
a
eat
fat
more
ass
cookies
nigga.
than me.
I put some cake, some little frozen cookie cake in y'all fridge when y'all weren't looking, because I'm about to eat those right after.
That shit about to be gone before you get up.
Oh, yo, chill.
Ask her a question. Ask her a question.
You feel me?
Right.
You put that in the wrong fridge.
What
Nah,
was I
facts,
gonna
you really
say?
did.
Scary movies or comedies?
Comedies. I cannot do
Question.
scary movies.
I
Like
love
I cannot do.
I don't
scary
fuck with scary movies.
I
love
have a
them.
nightlight
I
in my
love scary
room.
movies.
The last scary movie I saw was
Wait.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
you got
skip
a
past
nightlight?
that.
Can't skip past
20,
that.
you 28 with a nightlight?
I got a nightlight. I got.
I ain't gonna lie, I love the darkness, bro.
I love.
I always
gotta
thought
go
that
to sleep.
night
I
lights.
can't go to sleep with any light on, bro.
I swear to God, I used to
have to
think-
be in pure
Same.
darkness.
I used to think
Same.
night lights made it more scary because now you can see
got the
shadows.
shadows. I was the same way.
I got the little
Agreed.
starlight
Shadows.
that shines up on the ceiling too.
You got the little dinos on
Hey,
the
you go.
ceiling.
I go.
Dog.
Last scary movie I tried to see was The Conjuring in 2014, 2015.
I did a
I got kicked out
backflip.
the movie theater.
I did a backflip over the couch.
From
I
what?
Wait,
You
you
screaming in that bitch?
I was screaming in the movie theater. I
Piss
got kicked
yourself.
out.
You piss the seat,
Imagine
bro.
that
Myself.
shit, bro. If they kick you out of a scary
I
movie
ain't
for
feel myself.
screaming, he was in there acting the
That nigga shit the seat, bro.
He was acting a donkey.
Bro.
You was doing some outlandish
Bro,
shit in
bro,
there.
you
'Cause
never-
nigga, you're supposed to scream.
Oh God.
That boy was on a roller coaster, boy.
Nigga was probably kicking him back.
Like,
Like,
That boy was on the.
shit.
That boy was on the Goliath. Hands in the air.
Yeah.
Hey,
Inflatable man.
Yeah, nah. That
don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Nah, for real.
Hey man, you need to shut up, brother. Finna go in there and get killed by the killer, bro.
Close the door.
Hey,
Better
but
get killed by the
off
killer.
that- off
Run,
that-
run, run.
I'm not gonna lie. For my movies that I've done, I turned down some scary movies. Like I cannot do that.
But you know it's scary, dog.
No. Like
I ain't gonna
Oh,
hold you.
that's another question. So, some notable movies. Have you been in any notable movies?
the first movie I did.
I ain't gonna lie. You were famous.
No, it's chill. The first movie I did, it was a crazy scene that I was in, and I was not gonna do it because it was like it was kind of crazy, but I wasn't gonna do it. And this guy was like, "Bro, do this scene. It's gonna get you like into the other movies." And I ended up doing it, and I got into some other movies, and I've done a lot of different roles, from beating somebody up to, you know, like being a good guy, being a cop, being an FBI in a movie, kicking down doors. So I've seen some.
What
so-
was the crazy scene?
Explain the scene,
Yo,
please. Let the
I
world.
just don't want my parents to see it, you know.
Bro, getting some cheeks.
Yeah,
That's green,
pretty much. I was just laying there,
bro. It's green.
but
straight green.
yeah. So
green,
I was just like, you know, but the movies, and like it's so crazy because I've actually got turned down from a lot of movies, a lot of modeling gigs. Did a lot of work just to get told no, but you got to keep going. Like that's the
man.
thing about it. It's like you digging for gold and you don't get the gold, and a lot of people quit on their dreams on whatever it is that they start. Like even this, like yo, like I know y'all foot on the gas pedal with it.
Bro, foot on
So
the
it's
gas
like-
pedal, boy.
I'm waking up every time I turn my Instagram, Eskimo. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm with it. Like keep your foot on the gas pedal, because you know them little
Shout out
guys
Wes.
who did that little dance, that little you know what I'm talking about? The Asian people that
Oh, the daddy there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the little dance.
yeah, that boy be killing that.
they
I ain't
did that
gonna
for
hold you.
4 years
Yeah, I
before
know.
one of the videos popped
It's
up.
been going on for a while.
For real?
Um,
they've been
I ain't know
doing it
that.
for a long
Freaking
time.
Bro, so they been hitting the same dance
For
moves.
years.
Squid Game.
For years.
My boy be hitting that.
Squid Games was out for 9 years before people started catching on to the movie. As
Yeah,
a
but that's
Nah,
that's
but
a
what's
lot of
crazy
things.
though.
Moby
Squid
Dick
Games
one
was
of-
a real thing, bro. I can't, bro. That was like, have y'all seen the pictures of like the actual like rooms and like how it was like all really set up like that?
Yeah,
Bro, that's crazy.
but
bro.
that's how it be though.
That's
I
insane.
know like very famous stuff, like Moby Dick, one of the most famous books of all time. The dude that wrote it died like 50 years before it ever even blew.
That's crazy.
Like, literally.
And that's why it's like,
Yeah.
man, like whatever it is you want to do, be different. Be okay with being like I'm okay with everybody telling me like, oh, like the sky is blue, and I'm like, nah, it's yellow.
It's sign.
You know, I'm okay with being that one person that's just like, nah, I'm going against the grain. You know, be the rebel, be different. Like, and you know, growing up, everybody's cheered for the superhero, but now as I grow, I'm like, dang, I see why the villain was the villain. I see why the Joker is a Joker. You know,
I feel like villains be having like the right ideology and the wrong approach.
So
That's
I
why
agree.
people like
I agree.
villains, because
I
it's
won't
like they
say
got the
all.
right idea,
You said that's why people like what?
A lot of people like villains.
Mm.
There's some
They're
of them.
relatable.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all
Yeah,
of
the
them.
best.
Some-
The best
They
one.
misunderstood.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's-
I wouldn't even
you
say
can
they
get it- you can-
misunderstood.
Like for example, like
Honestly.
Killmonger on Black Panther, like
Right.
the Joker,
Thanos.
like Thanos. Like it's like they make sense.
Yeah, I just remember when
It's like, I get you,
we was doing
but
it. We
it's
talked
like-
about the Silver
Well,
Surfer.
some villains.
Silver Surfer was straight smoke.
I wouldn't even call Silver Surfer a villain.
Yeah, he not.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
an
anti-hero.
Now,
Anti-hero villain.
Doflamingo from One Piece.
Boy, Don
he is
Flamingo.
straight- He is
he is
straight.
and that boy, what they call a thug. That boy, there, he's what you call a thug. That
Yeah.
boy,
Y'all
Don,
need to tap in.
hey, that boy Don
I'm
Flamingo.
not watching
Shout
One
out
Piece.
Oda.
I'm not watching One Piece.
I don't know about Oda,
Yeah,
but
I'm not watching.
oh yeah, yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
too many
creator,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I started, but I don't got time.
Nah,
Got
One Piece.
16,000 billion episodes.
One Piece.
Look.
I watched the whole.
By the
thing,
time
though.
you
I
get-
watched that
whenever you
gold Luffy shit. That shit was
Whenever
fire.
you get up to date on One Piece, bro, you're going to be like, it's not enough episodes.
You know
Yeah.
they said Solo Leveling supposed to have as many episodes as One Piece.
I don't believe it.
That's gonna be.
Ain't no
Bro,
way.
That's what they
the
said.
manga
Ain't no way.
That's
goes
gonna
deep.
be fire.
That's what
That's
Ain't no
gonna
way.
be so
They
fire.
say his son is better than him.
Bruh, I don't think y'all
they
understand.
said. Jin's son.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever, because he
No, like the manhwa, they already like it's so far past gone. Like Jinwoo's story already done.
word.
Damn.
Yeah, they talk.
He had a
about his
kid
son.
with the blonde shorty,
I
huh?
don't know who the fuck he had. I'm trying my best not.
That's
to
probably
read.
the blonde shorty, bro. The one that he's
Stop.
reviving right now.
I was gonna say, bro, I don't need to know all
But
that.
his dad.
I don't
Fox,
know, I'm
too, though.
guessing.
They whole family gotta be tough because his dad.
Yeah,
tough.
his dad tough.
His
Bro,
dad.
they
came
stole
back.
Hunter
Him.
x Hunter so bad.
They
bro.
stole,
It's still
watch
good.
they stole
anime.
everybody, bro. They
It's
done
still
jack.
good.
That like
Everybody done.
there's no
jack-
anime that you're
yeah.
gonna be able to watch and be like
Naruto
'cause the
stole
big,
shit from
One
the big
Piece.
three, One Piece. Then Bleach done took stuff from One Piece. One
Mhm.
Piece done took stuff from Bleach and Naruto. Like, bro,
Yeah.
all these animes.
I said we better wrap it
bro.
up anyway. We over here talking about anime.
I know. I don't even watch anime.
Besides that,
Solo.
all right, let's just do two things. I want you to tell the people about Simp to Pimp. How can they join you? How can they, get
So
mentored
Simp to
by
Pimp
you?
University. I'm actually kind of conflicted. I'm actually
Are you
thinking
still
about.
doing that?
I'm thinking about rebranding the name only
Okay.
because Simp to Pimp University it catches so many people's attention,
Yeah.
but it's always a negative connotation. Like I literally walked into a coffee shop. And I walk out, people are taking pictures because I got Simp to Pimp University on the side of my car, like a sticker on the side of my car. It's like some people pull up beside me, they record videos, they send it to me later on my Instagram, and they put the thumbs up. And then there's some old lady that's just always like, that's just such a negative thing. Who?
Yeah, because it's the pimp. You should do
And-
Simp to God.
I don't know if that's a better term.
He thought he 38
He thought
with
he
that
do.
one.
He thought he did so with that one.
I ain't
Ain't
like,
gonna hold
I'm thinking about
Hey,
changing the name. And I kind of got a name. I
About
think
to, where you at?
because
There it is.
I thought it was fine.
Niggas
Y'all ain't gods?
honestly.
All right.
so listen,
Which one?
I think about
Ain't ready for
changing the
that
name
I'm
to
not a god.
um
Chocolate level off.
There's one God.
changing the
I'm
name
gonna-
to Escape the Matrix because I'm big on like escaping the Matrix and like creating your own wave. Like everybody thinks you're supposed to grow up, go to high school, go to college, get married, have kids, get a job, get a mortgage, and then pass away. But like I'm just kind of like, yo, we vibing with life. Like let's have fun. Let's do something different. Let's go skydiving today. So I'm always big on escaping the Matrix and becoming the 2.0 version of yourself. You want to become a dangerous individual. Like any room you walk in, you want to be sharp and not just physically. I'm talking mentally, like able to code switch, able to walk into, be able to adjust and adapt. And you want to be dangerous, but be able to be calm and peaceful.
Bro, you
with
sound
it.
like the nice version of Andrew Tate. I was literally just watching Andrew Tate do a podcast earlier today. He was literally just saying all the same things. You want to be dangerous, you want to be violent, but you want to be nice and be able to do all this.
Because
other
that's
things.
what we were talking.
It's
That's
real.
what Jordan Peterson was talking about. We was just talking about that. It's not. It's
I
not
know.
respectable to be nice if you're unable to inflict damage.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta
Right,
be.
right,
able to
right.
You gotta.
Agreed.
And that's why I did boxing. I think every single man should do. And you don't have to do boxing, but do some
Some type of
jujitsu,
martial
some
arts.
taekwondo,
Mhm.
and even like football, basketball. Like you got to do some type of sport first of all. Because if you don't got no sport background at all, most people who don't have sport background. They don't have discipline.
You got to be in a situation where it's you versus another man,
Mhm.
and who finna you feel me?
Or
Yeah.
you versus another woman
And
for the
that's-
ladies that's watching.
That's what I ask
Respect.
myself every day. It's like when I'm going into certain situations, am I dangerous? And you want to be extremely dangerous, and you want to. Crap.
Take your time.
Dangerous to yourself.
Take yourself
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Take yourself out.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Boy, dangerous.
You
All these
extremely
concussions.
dangerous, nigga.
my boy, yeah. you
When I had the
dangerous, bro.
concussion, I remember telling this girl when I had the concussion, I said, "Dang," I said, "If somebody wanted to beat me up right now, this would be the time." this will be the time. And it was a very uncomfortable situation to be in because it's like I'm literally physically like
Down
weak.
bad.
I'm weak.
God.
Somebody could literally beat the crap out of me, and I was scared.
They'd turn
I
you to a
remember
vegetable.
walking in a grocery store, all like I lost 18 pounds with the concussion. I couldn't move very fast. I'm like, dang, if somebody wanted to like rob me right now or whatever, like now would be the time.
That's how most people feel. And that's why they be
And-
carrying that toolie on them.
And
I'm telling you.
I just think, just have some discipline, have a routine, treat people with respect, protect the women around you, speak up, even if it's, one of the situations in college was, I remember being at this party and seeing some of the frat guys. I was never in a frat. Just wasn't my thing. I like to have my own thing going on.
Keep
my own
it
way.
hot, man. That shit.
Yeah, my situation is like with the frats, it just wasn't my thing. I like having my own way, my own little thing. But I remember seeing some guys kind of, taking advantage of one of the girls at the party, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, nah, like what's going on? I stopped them from doing whatever they're about to do, and I know it's tough for a lot of guys, especially when they're your friends. You know what I mean? When it's your friends, you don't want to speak up and tell them not to do something or cover up for them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, one thing we do
I
right
actually have
here.
never been in that position.
Hey, one thing we do right here.
But
Hey, we let you know, hey, boy, you on bullshit.
yeah, but I'm talking about like, I mean, for me, I don't care. Like, you gonna be upset, whatever. But like, I know when those frats or I'm
Move
not.
the
I be
table.
excited when one of y'all niggas do something wrong.
Oh, me, because that's what niggas be on, yo. Niggas be, hey, bro, our group chat, you can't get away.
Right.
Nothing, boy. You
Niggas
can't,
be waiting. Like,
but you
he
can't
gonna
spell a
fall, he gonna
word
fall.
wrong, boy. You
They be
spell
like, he finna fall. He gonna fall.
He about to fall.
he finna mess up. He finna mess up. Just hold on.
Right.
Somebody gonna say something
This is-
today.
We finna help you
yo.
up, but we gonna tell you about
It's-
yourself as
it's
we pick
so
you up. You dumbass
important.
nigga.
It's so important.
Should have did this.
Have people that's gonna hold you accountable around you, because
Yeah.
those other people that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. Some of my friends could have told me like, "Dang, bro, rest up while you got this concussion." I remember one of my boys called me and I was like, "Bruh, it's month 4. Your head's still ringing?" And my head was ringing. He was like, "I don't care if your head's still ringing. We gotta get up and get active." He was like, "We gotta get active," and I was like, "Crap, I gotta make 2,000 in 4 days before I get evicted. Let's do this crap.
That's real.
Like, let's get
Life.
this crap."
That's real life.
And it's like nobody even knows because everybody see the Corvette or everybody see like they think you good, and I'm over here like, whoa, like this joint getting crazy.
Yeah.
This joint
Nigga
getting-
furniture be on the side of the curb.
Getting crazy.
Real life start hitting you.
I'm in that apartment, bro.
That needs to be clipped. Nigga.
Yeah.
I'm in that apartment.
Getting crazy. Every nigga done felt that.
Oh, God.
This joint, bro.
God.
When you,
Bags.
when you
It's
buy
hot.
yourself, you don't even want to talk to girls. Girls are gonna cost. They gonna cost. You don't want to talk to
Dang.
nobody, bro. You
That's another
Stay over there.
sitting there like, bro.
Life
like,
hack,
look,
nigga.
Stay over there.
Life hack.
man.
Stay over there.
Man single save more money. Woman
Stay over there. I'm sorry.
Man single save more money. Women relationships save more money.
Mm.
Think about it. 'Cause when women
Nigga,
are
we
in
don't gotta think about it.
You gotta think too hard.
I already know.
But
I
I'm
seen
not
my
I'm
bill
not
go
even
from
about to. I
15
know
to
people gonna
50 to
take
15.
people gonna take that to the end of the road. But on the real though, like if you a guy, you don't have your finances, in some type of direction or your purpose on point. Don't even. I'm telling you, these
Ain't
girls.
worth it.
These girls will. I'm telling you, I've
Gotta
seen
wait.
the strongest man, Samson,
Mm-hmm.
got his haircut, and the woman took him out. And I'm not saying women are bad for you, because I got some great,
Samson.
Samson is a biblical.
Oh,
it's a
oh,
biblical
some
story.
great women in my life,
Get right
and
with
I
the
got
Bible.
some cool like. There's this one girl. She put me in a room that I didn't even realize. She was like, "Hey, look, my job is hiring. They're offering 170K. If I put you in this room, don't embarrass me." I said, "Put me in." She put me in. I embarrassed her.
I embarrassed it.
I did. I indeed embarrassed.
I wasn't qualified, but hey, I gave it my best
My boy
shot.
said I wasn't
I
qualified.
wasn't qualified. It was a senior project manager for an oil and gas company,
Yeah.
and I
That's
noticed,
real work.
like for her, some women will put you in some rooms that some guys will never put it.
Bro, women are valuable.
Nah,
Women are
nah.
extremely
I agree.
valuable to have.
I agree.
Like guys, I know some guys around me like they know some stuff, but sometimes they be like, nah, I'm not gonna let. He already
gatekeeping.
winning. He already winning. Like
They
I
see
want
it
him
as
to do well.
competition.
I want him to
That's
do
the
well.
thing about women. Women gonna be your biggest fan if you
Yeah.
got the right woman. They
Yeah.
gonna hold it.
And
They gonna hold it down.
that's
for you,
one thing
man.
I'm grateful for is like, man, all my life experiences, and that's why even with Simp to Pimp University, I always say like treat everybody right and don't always feel like you have to talk to every woman in that aspect. Like I have some cool like girls who I can call and be like, hey, can you pick me up from the airport? And we're just on some chill stuff. Like be cool with that and don't even cross that line where it messes it up, because once them emotions involved and now you give them a little bit of pee and they cut that out. But you know, once you cross that line with them, now they looking at you
that's
different.
clipped.
They delulu. So now it's like, all right, now you in a different
Now, that's
lane.
a life
different
hack, but you
zone.
got to be a certain type of man to be able to even do that.
Yeah, you gotta have your
Yeah,
own,
you
your
gotta,
own
you
stuff
gotta,
to
you
eat.
gotta have your own motion.
Yeah,
You
your
gotta
own
have
shit
your
to
own
kill.
motion. You gotta have your own
Most
motion.
definitely.
And so it's important. I think, you know, lock in on, if you're a video game character, just think, like, write it out. How is my strength? How is my charisma? How's my ability to pivot? How's my ability to travel? How's my ability to network? Like, put points by it and then be like, where are my weaknesses? My weaknesses is, one, I hate waking up early. Two, I got a bad sweet tooth. Like, that crap, I need to chill because I'm getting older now, and it's like, yo, as a kid, like, eating a whole cake was one thing, but like, I'm eating a whole cheesecake by myself. I got problems.
I know how you get down. You got problems for sure.
It's like, I gotta stop doing that. You know, the other day I was on the Beltline. Me and this girl rode a scooter 12 minutes to some cafe, like right before it closed. I'm over there ordering like $40 worth of cake. I got problems.
Yeah,
Why am I ordering $40 worth of cake?
I don't know.
But anyways, like as a man, lock in on yourself, lock in on your network, make sure that you're getting better, increasing all your stats for real. Take it serious, and also don't compare yourself to others, because social media is, everybody's only going to show their highlights. Everybody thinks I'm doing great, all that on social media. I be struggling sometimes, but we gonna keep it G. I need to post that more, because that's vulnerability.
It is.
Y'all love that crap.
Okay.
Y'all eat it up. Honestly, the post of me barely being able to walk got so many thousands of likes.
The algorithm
People
is
love
starting-
negativity,
The world
bro.
and the algorithm is switching
So
towards.
I post
skewed,
me. I post
bro.
me on
No,
Times
I
Square
would actually
billboard,
say it's switching towards more authenticity.
bro.
Authenticity.
They're looking.
I got
for negative
120
stuff.
Nah, look at
$20,000.
a lot of TikToks that's viral. It's more so just open your camera and speak more so than that real crisp cut. Type
Yeah.
stuff.
I got 120,000
authentic
views
shit.
on me not being able to walk.
Yeah.
120,000 views on me not being able to walk.
Well, that's because it makes other people feel better about their lives.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
And that's
people love
That's
niggas.
two. That's just
They love
people.
niggas.
Ain't nothing on the
Yeah.
news but the blues. That's just how it works.
They love
People
niggas.
like that.
don't-
They're like, oh yeah, I
They
actually
chew that
don't
up,
want to be
bro.
like that person, because look, now they got their leg amputated. I knew I was like, people use other people's downfalls to lift them up, and it's sad.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
happens all the
Yeah,
time.
that's a fact. I was speaking on two different things, but that's
Yeah, I
always
see where
gonna-
you was going.
Yeah, that's always. gonna
I
be
get
the
what
thing,
you were
though.
saying
Yeah,
too, but
that's
I'm
always-
just saying people love.
That's
niggas.
why the news is nothing but negativity, because people see
I don't
good
watch
shit,
that
they
shit.
don't send it to anybody. They see bad shit, they sending it.
But I try to
Yeah,
send
they
all the
send
Think
it.
about it.
Yeah.
So you give a homeless person some food versus if you punch a homeless person in the face, which one's gonna get more views? Punching a homeless person in the face.
for sure. That's a fact.
Damn.
That's a fact.
That crappy. I'm like, hey, look, treat people right, man. Treat people right.
That's a good bar, man. Before we head out of here, I like to just do this so we can we like to manifest around here. Where do you see yourself in the next 1 to 3 years?
I'm gonna be doubling down on my business, because I think there's a difference between making money because you have to, and like, you know, like I got a corporate job. My corporate job is electrical engineering, so like that's why I'm actually out here in Atlanta. I'm actually out here working on the power lines and the electric poles. I manage that and where they're gonna be placed, and
They let you
Shut-
get close.
That's what my mom used to do. I ain't gonna hold you. That's
My dad
fire.
was electrical engineer.
My mom was an electrical engineer too. That's dope. She's worked for Georgia Power.
yeah, so I'm doing project management for that, and you know, running that, and it's very different, because it's like I'm the only African American, and that's how it's always been. Even at IBM, at White and Turner, all my corporate jobs. But I kind of enjoy the uphill of it, like learning a new job and being able to do that, and being able. I want to go to high schools and colleges, and I'm going to talk to the students about, like, you know, the importance of every decision. One wrong decision can mess up your whole life. My boy passed away 2 weeks ago. He was in a car accident. He was in the passenger seat. Girl was driving. I guess alcohol was involved. He didn't have his seatbelt on. Fell through the windshield. Car flipped over 3 times. 27 years old. Lived a good life. Had fun. One bad decision. And I'm not saying that it was a bad decision, but one little mistake, one little off day can just change the whole trajectory of your life. So I'm going to talk to high school and college students about, making the right choices and all that. And my boy, like I say, it wasn't even that he made a bad decision, but like he showed what living life up to the fullest is. So talking, high school and college students about living life up to the fullest, making right decisions, all that stuff, believing in yourself. I want to grow Simp to Pimp to I want to help over 1,000 guys with like their career readiness, getting jobs, getting their fitness on peak physique, being able to date and respect women and talk to girls or whatever, their lifestyle, their routine, leveling up. I want to get over 1,000 guys in there, and I want to also travel to different states and do like a community event, giving out food to the homeless or doing like just little different things, going to the hospitals and writing letters to the patients, some motivational stuff or whatever, locking in on my business, on my purpose. I love impacting and helping others get to where, I feel like y'all are like this too, and this is why I could say this. When you hang around certain people, they're going to make you feel like you can take over the world. But if you hang around certain people, they're going to make you feel like the world is crushing you. So that's why I only hang around wolves. I hang around dogs. I hang around people who are unhinged, who think
I literally just said that earlier today.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think that's important. And don't let your past use every negative thing from your past. So in my program, I give them a journal book that every week I give them a different prompt. So 1 week it might be write down your goals. 1 week it might be write down all the negative things that's happened to you in your life. Write down all I had one of the guys call me and was like, big bro. Sometimes they be like, big bro. It's like, I'm like, what's up? He's like, bro. He was like, when I wrote down all the negative things, I started crying. I'm like, what's up? He was like, bro, I didn't realize the stuff I've overcame in life. And you gotta do that self-reflection. That's what makes us into who we are this present day. It's like a domino effect. And then who we are is from all those dominoes knocking down whatever. So I want to help guys, really tap into that, going after their goals, believing in themselves, making an impact, making a movement, just helping them get their life in track. Because I know they got it in them. I'm not giving it to them. I'm just, hey, here's the play, run the route.
Yeah.
You just be the coach, run the route. You're going to be successful. If you do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 7 days a week, that's 700 push-ups. That's 2,800 in a month. You're going to get stronger. I don't care if it takes you an hour or two. Do 10 push-ups, shake your arms out, and get back and do 10 more and go up to 100. I had a guy start only 14 push-ups. Cool. He's at 74 push-ups straight. I'm like, all right, we're going to get up to 100. Let's keep it going, Outside of that, though, growing my relationship with Christ, I feel like my journey's been, up and down.
Felt that too.
When I got the concussion, I feel like God was calling me home.
And that was going to be my question to you before everything, because I know you had talked about you do devotion every morning.
Every morning.
And as far as when you was talking about what you was going through, you said you felt like God did that for you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about your faith.
Yeah. I think, with the concussion and all that, that's all I could do was pray. I literally felt, I think that's the closest I ever felt to that I was going to die. My body was shutting down. I literally, my brain was pounding every day. My nerves were pinched. My hands turned blue. My feet, my Achilles were swollen. I couldn't even stand up. So I'm like, dang, they had to when I got rushed to the ER, they were pumping all types of steroids into me. And because they were like, yo, your body is literally we don't know what's going on, They had to put they put a cap on my brain. They were like, your brain is only working 72% of its full function right now. And I'm like, dang. So through all that, I remember going to church and I could barely walk. If I was like, I need to go to church today. I could barely walk. I walked down to the church. I went down to the altar. I'm like, God, please, if I make it through this, please, I'm going to try to, share the word. And I think that's why, so many of my friends are so open to going to church with me in Houston, because I'm not the type of person that's going to judge you. I got my problems. And I know some, some people in, the church or Christians where they be judging people. And I hate that because it's like,
Crazy.
I'm going to pull it out. Like, I know at my church, they all be dressing up. And one of my friends like, bro, I'm never going to church again. Like I haven't gone to church in 3 years. And last time I went to church, people were judging how I wear. I was like, bro, whatever you wear, take a picture of it and send it to me. I'll dress just like you. And let's go. And he came. And he's like, dang, bro, I'm real glad I came to church. He's like, felt like I needed that peace. I needed that word because I think people physically work out, but spiritually you're not getting fed. Spiritually you're not getting fed, and you could just be a muscle body just walking around. But like, there's different aspects of life, and like I said, my walk with Christ has been both up and down. And whatever you believe in, I'm not judging. Like, do what you do. But I know God. I remember like I was down at that altar, and they had me go and to the prayer room, and you had to walk up the stairs to get to the prayer room. So I'm over here like, yo, I can't walk up there. So this lady, her name was like Bridget or something. She prayed, and I was like, I haven't been able to walk in like 4 months for real. Like I'm over here wobbling. And she prayed for me, and she said, no, you're gonna make it through this. And she told me about how like they said that she had a brain aneurysm and she was basically dead, and God like brought her through it. And she was like just have faith, and when you make it through, come find me. And I remember like 2 months later, my body started like slowly recovering, and I saw her, and she was like, look at you walking. And like to see like for me to go from boxing, jumping around, I'm talking like working out, doing pull-ups and all that, to not being able to walk, like I think I know how the world has kind of steered away from God and having faith and all that, but I think now is the time to grow closer to Christ.
Statistics saying otherwise, though. More people are flowing towards Christianity than ever, especially like in Asian communities. It's like it's a big thing out there. It's growing crazy. So
Yeah,
just keep preaching.
dang,
bro.
I didn't know
People
those were the
I'm gonna
stats.
say I ain't seen no statistics, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind looking at it.
Go pull them.
Yeah, I would have to research that. That
Go
don't
pull 'em,
sound
man.
accurate.
And I
In the
think
Asian community,
I think
I'm telling you, they growing big over there, bro.
This nigga's crazy.
Blame is a hater, bro. It's the
I'm not a hater. I'm
Bro.
just
Inaccurate.
bro.
I'm just being
You can pull the
honest.
statistics right now.
yeah.
If I had
I ain't
my
gonna lie.
phone,
When we
if I
when we
wasn't
have been
recording-
fact checking you lately, you be wrong.
that's not true. But if we can pull my phone, I'll be right.
That's not true.
My faith, and
Yeah,
that's
I'ma
another
share
thing
that real
because
quick.
I have my so every Sunday at like 7 p.m. I call it the Wolf Huddle. So in the Simp to Pimp University, I call it the Wolf Pack, and that's all the guys. It's like 105 in there right now, and we have our group call, and they'll ask me questions. Like I'll give them a little PowerPoint of like something that will help them grow in life, and then they'll ask me questions. And like I noticed, I told them, I said, look, like I'm not going to tell you who to believe in or whatever. I'm going to tell you how God has helped me. Through the bullying, through my apartment getting flooded, through my car getting totaled, through my concussion, through me losing all my money, through all these different stuff that would have taken out most people. Most people, if their apartment got flooded, they'd be toast. Most people, if their car got totaled, they'll just go in. Most people, they go through a heartbreak. Like, I think God takes you through these battles sometimes, and he's going to be by your side. And he'll even take you to rock bottom just to remind you that he is a rock at the bottom, And I gotta do better in my life for real, cause there's areas in my life where I'm not right in, like I'm struggling in, and so I'm working on it. Try to have my devotion, and I'm even just trying to keep my mind on Christ in my decisions and how I carry myself. How will, when people are coming at you sideways or ignorant, I'm always trying to say peace and calm and de-escalate it, but I want to move better, and I know God has given me a platform, where he's allowed me to speak to a lot of people or talk to, a lot of guys. So that's why I'm kind of conflicted on my Simp to Pimp University. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about changing it to like Escape the Matrix or something that doesn't sound as, off the wall.
Yeah,
but I do like when I'm driving, somebody sees the Simp to Pimp University, they're like, yo, they're like, that's dope and all that.
Fire.
And it's kind of, that's what I want to do. I want to grab their attention. But like once they're in Simp to Pimp University, oh, you realize this university, you're about to level up. You're not becoming a pimp. You're pimping on your life. You're pimping on your goals. You're pimping on becoming that best version of yourself. So
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. This is a good
Shout out that
episode,
boy
man.
Manny
Great
Dixon,
episode.
man. Manny
Good
Dixon,
closing.
man, did his thing.
That's how
Yeah,
you go out.
Batman.